so I went to that strategy that repetition is the mother of skill. I did enough and I read enough, watched enough, I put so much good stuff in that you can guess eventually good stuff started coming back. In fact, within a short period of time, I became totally successful.
Start this market, man.
But you guess what mine was back then, growing up pretty poor financially. I didn't know the answer was money. I figured, hey, if you make enough money, it'll solve all of life's problems. Is that true? Of course not. But if you make enough money, at least you can arrive at your problems in style. You drive up in your limousine to handle your problem. That's a whole other world. Seriously, my point is this. I had really made it, I thought, by the time I was 19 years old. I went out and just used massive action. I read all these books, I listened to all this material, and I went out and just applied everything I could. In a short period of time, I had...
Yeah, we about to crank up. Like I said, I got 4,000 shares on INXP. So hopefully we can make some money today.
Success was at that time in my life. I had a lot of money. I was making about $10,000 a month in income, which for a 19-year-old kid, for anyone, seems like a lot of success.
Bullshit.
But something
Should be hoping.
And the interesting thing that happened was I never had that level of success before. I never had that many people like me. I never had that much money. I never had that kind of experience. It was beyond my comfort zone. Now, I'm not talking about consciously now. Consciously, I thought I wanted more and better and all these other kinds of things, but subconsciously, I believe that most of us have a subconscious idea of what we think we deserve.
There we go. Crank up,
There's a
motherfucker.
thermostat attached to your brain.
Whoa.
We have a thermostat in this room set at 68 degrees. And it's not hot enough in here. Things aren't moving. It's not warm enough. And the temperature drops down to 62 degrees. What's going to happen? The heaters kick on. All of a sudden, what happens is anxiety. Your brain says, hey, we got to make it better than this. This isn't good enough for me. And sure enough, all of a sudden, you get this push, this drive to change things. That's what happens in life when it's not good enough. When your life does not represent right now what things should be like. What's interesting now is most people don't realize is it happens on the other side. You know what I mean? I mean, if you set it at 68 degrees, and all of a sudden things start going really well, and it starts heating up in here, you start cranking. If it gets up around 72, 73 degrees, what happens in this room? The air conditioners kick on, and you begin to sabotage your own success. And you drop right back down to where you subconsciously think you deserve to be in your relationships, in your economics, in your level of acknowledgement. Does this make sense to you? It doesn't make sense intellectually, but it does make sense when you start studying how human beings behave. And that's what I did. I began to sabotage my own success. How? I started to not show up for key meetings. I started to treat people harshly who didn't deserve to be treated harshly at all. I started eating like I was going out of style. I was never into drugs or alcohol, but I used food like it was a drug. If I didn't like how I felt, well, I just eat something. That was going to change how I felt. But then I looked in the mirror and I was getting fatter. I felt worse, so I ate some more. And it just didn't work. I got caught up in this vicious circle. So much so that within 2.5 months, I gained 38 pounds. That is not easy to do. You have to eat tons of food and not move very much to pull it off, which I managed to do. The bottom line is this, though. As I began to sabotage, it didn't stop with me. It started to affect everyone around me. I fired almost everyone in my company. I only had about 3 employees left. And I fired them too. Every time I go to get fired, they go, I know, let me just keep on working. Thinking sooner or later things would work out. I become sane. I went totally broke financially. And I moved into a 400 square foot bachelor apartment in Venice, California. No kitchen, washing my dishes in the bathtub. Waking up each morning with major goals. Things like, what am I going to eat today? And what's going to happen to Luke and Laura on General Hospital? My favorite program at the time. So how do I get to be here with you? How did my life turn around? Well, the answer is, it wasn't just by more information.
Yeah, I got a water job.
More technology.
Hopefully, we'll see. Should know by the, hopefully by the end of the week, maybe next week.
Someone I hadn't seen in about 2 years. And the reason he came by to visit me and had to track me down, and he couldn't call me on the phone, because my phone was disconnected. At this point, my nickname had gone from Wonder Boy in the newspapers to just Boy. I changed virtually everything in my life, from my emotions to my finances, from my confidence to my physical health. How did I do it? Well, I used what I call the ultimate success formula. And here's what it is. It has 4 steps. If you want to create the success in your life, it always comes back to this. You can use whatever technology you want to reprogram program yourself. But these are the 4 steps for success. Step number 1, you've got to know your outcome. In any situation in life, you've got to decide right now, what do I want out of this situation in my life? The more clear you are on what you want, the more you empower your brain to come up with answers. There's an old phrase that may have been overused, but I think it's pretty accurate. It says, clarity is power. You must get focused on what you want. And in this tape program, we have a goal-setting workshop that's going to help you to get precisely clear on what you want in your life, mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually, intellectually, so that you have something that's a driving force behind your behavior. How can you use this first formula to make a difference in your life right now? How could just getting clear and knowing your outcome help you? Well, I believe when you know your outcome, you've empowered yourself. I mean, let's say, for example, you're in the middle of an argument. And have you ever gotten caught up in an argument where you're so caught up in it that you forgot what you were even arguing for, but you knew you had to win? I know I've been there. See, in the middle of that argument, you would ask the question, hey, what's my outcome in this situation? You're going to probably find out your outcome is not to argue. The outcome you want is to resolve something. When you get focused on what you really want out of a situation, you empower your brain to use its resources to produce results right now. So get into that habit. The habit of asking yourself, what's my outcome? And throughout these 30 days, I'm going to constantly ask you, how can you use this? What I just said, what's useful about that for your life? What is your outcome?
Who's that?
In your own life? It's
31, drag gun. You were hauling quality, huh? Yeah, I haul quality. You ain't make no money, did you, boy? You ain't make no motherfucking money, man. It's alright though, boy. You about to make some money now. It's alright though, boy. You gonna make some money now, man. Yeah, Texas is. I'm not the guy that you need to be talking about Texas. You need to be talking about other drivers out there. They know about Texas, but either way, man, you gonna make money, man. You're gonna be making more money than what you was making with quality. If you were making money, you probably wasn't making a motherfucking dime with quality. I know you probably wasn't making no money because I did the same shit. You know? Yeah, don't worry about it, boy. You about to do good now. You about to make some real motherfucking money. Yeah, quality. Quality, you ain't gonna make no motherfucking money. Quality, you ain't gonna make no motherfucking money. Shit. You don't make no motherfucking money with them, man. I know you broke, bro. It's alright though, man. I was the same way. I was broke too, bro. But you know what? You on the right channel. And you about to be driving. You about to be driving. Oh, you know what? Like I said, I know they got a lot of shit going on, man. You know, with Texas. You know, but you know, I'm not sure with Texas, man, but I know they got some issues out there with the logs and shit. So, you know, it doesn't matter, bro. You know, whether you go to Texas and they got those logs, whether they got those logs or not, you're gonna be making a lot more money than with those logs. I'm not even sure, but you know, it's got to be better than what you were doing before, 100%. Shit. Right now I'm on INXP. Don't worry about it. It ain't doing nothing now. I'm just trying to break even on this one. But if you're looking for a stock this morning to run, that you wanna make money, go to this website real quick. Go to pre-market. Go to the stockmarketwatch.com. Hit pre-market. Go to pre-market, and that'll show you what stocks are running this morning. So you got one stock right here. You know, it's a little high price, right? But it doesn't matter. You know, it's up. 37%. It's called the ticker is SE Sam Echo Charlie. Uh, I don't even know. O is in fucking I don't know abbreviation for office, right? Um, so you just want to see what stocks are running, pre-market, and see just look at the pattern and see if it's a pattern that you're comfortable with. I like patterns that breakouts, from previous highs. That's a setup. That's a good setup, or a pattern that spikes up and then comes back down and starts basing. It goes up and comes down and it goes sideways. That's a base. That's a good time to buy. If it doesn't go your way and it starts to go down, just cut your losses or change your position and short if you can short. But usually when a stock spikes up and comes down and then goes sideways, there's a good chance it's going to spike up. Because anytime a stock spikes up and then goes down a little bit and it starts to go sideways, that motherfucker's compressing. It's like a pressure cooker. It's compressing. So the more it just keeps, the range gets smaller and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, and it goes up, and then down, then sideways, and it gets tighter, and it's tighter, and then it's tighter. It'll pop. And then, that's what I was trying to do with the stock that I'm in right now. INXPX. I is in ice cream, N is in Nancy, P is in Paul, X is X-ray. It actually, I've been holding like a dumbass, but I'm only down. I'm still down. It still don't matter. I don't like to be down. But Friday's coming up. Friday is coming up, and everybody knows Friday's a short squeeze. So if you're in a stock and you're trying to make money on the way down, there's a good chance that stock's going to spike up. So you don't ever want to be short a stock on Friday, because usually Fridays fucking stocks, they run like a motherfucker on Friday. They go up, and they go up big. Not all the time, but for the majority of the time, yeah, they spike up. So I'm gonna hold this bitch. If I can get out today, maybe break even or catch some money, I'll be out of this stock. My price on this, I bought in. I got an average price at 34 cents. It's at 27 cents. So I'm down. I'm only down $120 on this stock, but still, I don't like to be down like that. I shouldn't be down at all, but I'm not down that much. So I'm only down a couple pennies, so it's not a big fucking deal. But I'm looking to make on this stock. Like I said, I got 4,000 shares. I'm only looking to make 50 cents. 50 cents a share. Yeah, I know it's down. It's down 6%. I know. We'll see how it goes. Either I break even or make a few cents. I don't know. It's like I was just saying a minute ago. It's compressing. It went up for a huge run a couple of days ago, right? It went up for a huge run. It went from 21 cents all the way up to fucking 64 cents, and it came back down. I'm looking for either a retracement to come back to previous highs, which is 64 cents. And if I can get that, that's 30 cents a share for me. 30 cents times 4,000 shares. How much is that? How much is 30 cents times 4,000 shares? Where the fuck is my phone? 1,200. Yeah, so 1,200 bucks. So I'm gonna give it today. If it starts to go below, if it starts to crash even more, like even if it starts to break lower than 26 cents, I'm out. I'm just gonna take my loss and get the fuck out of here, because I'm not trying to sit here and let this bitch go all the way back down to 19 cents. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'm most likely probably gonna be out today. Our risk is at, I'm gonna say 26 cents. 26 cents. If it breaks 26 cents today, I'm out. Uh, like I said, I was waiting for. Like I said, it doesn't always happen. You know, if you look at this stock, you know, it spikes up and comes back down. And that's why I bought it, because I was hoping for a spike up, you know, back to the highs. It didn't happen. Well, actually, it did happen. It did, right? Wait a minute. No, it did. I'm sorry. No, it did. No, it did. No, it didn't. That was one day. I was in the ninth. Yeah, you know, it's you know, like I said, the best, if you're a day trader, that's what I am, right? I'm here to make money every day. You know what I mean? So if you're a day trader, you're not an investor. You want to be looking at stocks that are running for the day. You know what I mean? So you got to get up early. I get up at 3 o'clock. I got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, because you know, some stocks they crank up at 4 o'clock. You know, I'm on Central Time. I got to be up an hour earlier for Eastern Time, and you know, you just start looking. You get on that fucking. You start looking at pre-market stocks that are running. You know, and once you find a stock that's running, and you see a stock that you're comfortable with, like the pattern. Like I said, my patterns are, you know, breakouts. You know, if a stock breaks out former highs, you know, former intraday highs, former fucking 52-week high, 52-week. I mean, you know, weekly high, monthly high. I don't give a fuck what kind of high it is. If it breaks out over a previous high, I'm looking to get in that motherfucker. You know, I like basing. You know, if a stock goes up, you know, comes back down and starts to consolidate, that's basing. You know, when a stock starts to base, that bitch is building up pressure. Anytime you see a stock and that bitch is going sideways and it's barely moving, like it goes, you know, maybe a dollar, you know, depending on the range, you know, it just depends. If the stock is going fucking sideways, you need to be looking. Unknown caller. You need to be looking. Yeah. 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 Who's this? Yeah. 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 Who is this? Who is this? Yeah. Who is this? Yeah. This ain't him. Man, this motherfucker calling 8 o'clock in the morning. Jesus. Fucking collectors. Fucking collectors. Jesus. Where the fuck they be getting my number? This bitch be calling all sorts of different numbers, man. But yeah, anytime you see a stock, yeah, they start early, boy. they yeah, you see a stock that's going sideways. You see a stock that's going sideways, you know, you need to be depending on the pattern if you're comfortable with. But anytime you see a stock going sideways, you know, it's good because it's compressing. So let's say the stock is at $1 and it goes from $1 to $1.20, and it's going dollar to $1.20, back and forth, 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 back and forth. Well, get this, your risk is $1. You know what I mean? So if that stock breaks below $1, you out. But if it goes up, you know, you let that bitch ride. Let that motherfucker go. You know, figure out where your exit point is and make your money. But you know, anytime a stock is going sideways, that is money. The reason why that's money, because it's all about risk management. You know what I mean? That's the game plan. You know, that's the game. You know, that's the whole game of day trading, fucking with stocks. You got to figure out what your risk is, right? Once you figure out your risk, we need to get some light. We need to get some light in this motherfucker. Once you figure out your risk, once you figure out your risk, right? Once you figure out your risk, what your risk is, like I was just saying, you see a stock that's going $1 to $1.20 and it just keeps going sideways. It can go like that for a couple of days and go like that for a couple of months. The more it consolidates. Like if it's been consolidating for a month, believe that motherfucker is gonna pop, and it's gonna pop big. So if it's at $1, that bit's gonna probably pop to $2, $3, maybe $5, $10, $120. It just depends. But with the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies, and the blockchains, you can see these stocks. You see these stocks running, you know, $100 at a time. You fuck around, you buy 1,000 shares, you know, on a stock that runs up to $100, bitch, you just made over $100,000. Maybe a couple $100,000. I don't know. You have to do the math. What's $100 times $1,000? What is that? Is that $1 million? Is that $1 million bucks? What is that? What's 1,000 times 100? $100,000, right? Okay, so that's 100,000 bucks. You know what I mean? 100,000 bucks. Yeah, 100K. You know, so that's what the like LFIN. LFIN, that motherfucker, that bitch ran like crazy. I don't know if it started at $3. It doesn't matter. If you had 1,000 shares at $3 and that bitch went up to 150 bucks, you made $150,000. You know, but it's always, you know, it's just catching these stocks. But like I was saying, the way you want to be looking at these stocks, man, is, you know, if you see a fucking stock, like I said, going sideways, there's a good chance that bitch is gonna pop, especially when it breaks that consolidation. Once it breaks that consolidation and breaks up, that bitch is gone. And depending, like I said, depending on how long it's been consolidating, if it's been consolidating only a day, if it's been consolidating on a few hours, or been consolidating for, you know, 2-3 months, you know, the longer it's been consolidating, the more powerful it's gonna be. So if you see a stock that's been fucking consolidated 2-3 months, oh man, and you watching that motherfucker, and your risk is small, right? Because that bitch is just popping back and forth, you know, a couple cents or a dollar, whatever it is. You know, get your risk in check. Like if I had a stock that was moving $1, it was ranging from $1, but it's been consolidating for 2-3 months. My risk, I'm only risking, you know, I'll probably put 100 shares in that bitch. You know what I mean? You know, because it's you know, or 200-300, let's just say, yeah, let's say $1,000. I'm risking $1,000. If it drops $1, let's say I buy it, I don't know, let's say I buy it in the middle of that range. So you know, I'm 50 cents. I'm risking 50 cents. So that's $500 I'm risking, right? But if it breaks that dollar, like say it was at $3 and the range is at $3 to $4, and it's been bouncing back from 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4, right? And I buy at $3.50, my fucking risk is 50 cents. I got 1,000 shares on that motherfucker, right? Got 1,000 shares on that, and if it breaks $3, I'm out. I just take the $500 hit and just keep moving and find me another stock, or figure out and see what this bitch is doing, you know, because I've been waiting so long on this stock. See what it might just pop below $3, and it might just be a holding just for a little bit. You know what I mean? It might be at 280, and then it cranks up and spikes back up. You know, you just gotta, you know, watch these stocks, man. At some point they'll run. Man, brush my motherfucking teeth, man. Let's listen to Tony. There you go. You don't need that, bro. You don't need that, man. What you need to do is just study. That's what you need to do. You know, I tell you everything what y'all need to be doing, man. You know, you want a teacher, you want to trade stocks, I got a teacher for you. You gotta click that link, and he'll teach you. You know, he'll teach you. You could make. I haven't made $200,000-$300,000 within the next few months, but at some point I will be. You know, it's just, you know, yeah, I follow the. One of my teacher's students, he wasn't consistent for 9 months. You know, he started doing this and he wasn't consistent for 9 months. But after that 9 months of him fucking losing, he lost his first bank. He lost his first bankroll. He had to put money back in his bankroll and start all over again. You know, so. You know, everybody's different. It might take you a year. It might take you 2-3 years. It might take you 2-3 months. It might take you 4 months. But once you start being consistent, you're going to be making money. You know what I mean? Now, that kid I was just telling you about, my boy, my teacher's student, now he's over $5 million off of what his fucking bankroll is, like $3,000. He started with $3,000, man. He lost the $1,500, re-up the fucking account for another $1,500, and You know, it took him 9 months to be consistent. And once it clicked, once he started to get that groove, you know, he's making, like I said, now he's over $5 million. Look him up, Timothy Grittani, man. Tim Grittani. He's got a YouTube. You can check him up on YouTube. But yeah, he's got a yeah, penny stocks, all that shit, man. It's all the same, man. You can use it once you learn a your system. You know what I mean? Once you get your bearings on, you know, like I was just telling you, basing stocks that base, consolidate, you know, that's a setup. You know, if you get a set, once you learn that setup, when a stock goes up or whatever it is and it's basing, you know, you got minimal risk because the stock is only bouncing a dollar range. So you got your risk. Your risk is, let's say, like I said, $3. So it's bouncing from 3 to 4, and it's been bouncing like that. It's been basing like that. Your risk is at $3. If it breaks below $3, you get the fuck out. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. But once you learn that, man, it just, you know, it's easier said than done because once you fucking with money, you know, your emotions, you're emotionally invested with whatever position you're in, and that's why a lot of traders lose because, you know, they're not following the rules. Meaning, cut your fucking losses. Like I was saying, if you're buying a stock that's been basing a dollar and your risk is at $3, you should put your stop right there, right? Put your stop right there or your limit price, right? And let it go. And once it breaks out of that fucking base, you'll make money if it goes up. You know, usually when it's, like I said, a lot of times when these stocks that do base and they just consolidate, there's a good time. There's a good chance that base is gonna pop at some point. And when it pops, man, you make money. And you don't try to go for home runs in the beginning, especially if you got a small account. You got 1,000, 10,000, 20,000. Just go for 10 cents. You know, or watch what the stock is doing. Hit a 10-cent run. You know, you got 1,000 shares on 10 cents, motherfucker. You made $100. You know, or $200, whatever it is. I think it's $100, right? Yeah, 10 cents is $100. You know, so but $100, you're like, oh, that $100 ain't much, man. But you know what? That shit adds up. That shit adds up, man. After a while. But the main thing is just learning the setups, man. Learning the setups, getting comfortable with, you know, taking your losses, and you know, I'm learning, man. I haven't been profitable. You know, not while I've been sitting in this hot seat. I was, even though I was losing more money, I lost more money doing the shit that I'm doing now. Just sitting, but I'm learning though. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, Tim Guitani, it took him 9 months. I've only been trading since October, full time. You know what I mean? I've been in front of a fucking computer every day since October, and I'm still not profitable. I'm losing money, but it's all right though. I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about getting in this, don't think you're gonna make money right away. You know, it's gonna take you some time to get adjusted. You know what I mean? And once you get adjusted, and when everything clicks, you know, everything. Like I said, if you go to that link I left in my last video, just click the link, and if you go to his YouTube channel, you go to that link, you see, and you go to his website, you become a member. You can see all his students that make money. You know what I mean? And they're all verified. Everything's verified. All the students are verified. Verified trades, meaning you can't lie and say, well, I did this trade and I made this amount of money. It don't work like that. You know, the website that he has will actually extract your trades from your broker, right? The website will extract your trades from your broker and put the your trades on the site so everybody can see. So it's not like, oh, you know, this motherfucker, man, he's lying on his trades. He didn't do that. No. If it's on that website, they're confirmed. They're verified trades. You know, so you know, he's got a handful of millionaire students. He got a few students. He's got this one student start with 4,000, you know, last year. And I don't know how long he was trading before. I don't know how long he was studying for. But my point is, he went live with 4,000 last year. Now he's already up almost $500,000. You know, all within 6, 7 months, 8 months. So click the link, man.
something that doesn't work, just try something else and learn something from what you just did. As long as you learn something, you've succeeded. Something else I want to remind you of as well, and that is sometimes people say, well, gosh, I'm going to do these exercises, and I know I want to be better physically and emotionally and psychologically, and I'll feel more confident, but I want to work on my career. I want to take my business next level. I want a business program. So let me tell you what, personal power is the most powerful business program because it deals with the source of all your business, which is you. When you're in better shape, suddenly you negotiate more effectively. When you're in better shape, your creativity flows. When you're in better shape, you're a better manager of people. That's why if you saw the infomercial, which is how I assume you got to this program, and you saw people like, for example, Bill Farley of Farley Industries endorsing this program, saying it's one of the best business programs they ever went through. Well, that's because Bill became a billionaire before the age of 40, all by using these personal power type of techniques. So I want you to know this is very business-oriented. Or Bill Nicholson becomes a turnaround expert for major corporations. Now, in the early 80s, he took on a major corporation that was losing $1 million a day and turned around so that within 4 years, it was doing more than $4 billion in revenue and the highest net returns in the history of the company. So I want you to know that these people endorse it because it works. So if you're a little bit skeptical, I understand that. But understand, changing yourself is the first place to changing your career and changing your business. Right now, as this tape ends, I want you to do your first assignment. Really simple. Remember I told you, the way to build a muscle so that you're really strong is start small and build. So we're going to start with something really simple. I want you to think of 2 actions you've been putting off. 2 things that you should do, 2 things that you need to do, but you keep putting it off. Maybe it's a phone call or 2. Maybe it's somebody you've had some poor communication with and you need to clean it up, but you're not doing it. Maybe it's just going in the house and cleaning it up right now. Maybe it's some kind of report you need to do. I don't know what it is. But right now, I want you to think of what are 2 actions you've been putting on that if you were to take them now, it would increase the quality of your life. Either simply would just increase the quality of your self-esteem because you feel good, you actually follow through, or maybe even more powerfully. What are 2 decisions or 2 actions you could take right now that would immediately change the quality of your life? Maybe it's to stop smoking. Maybe it's to eliminate certain kinds of food. But if you were going to do something right now that's going to change your life, what are those 2 actions? And what I want you to do is decide. Remember, to decide means to cut off any other possibility. To resolve once and for all, this is it. There's tremendous power in that. Start with something small if you want, and then build. But right now, write down 2 decisions you've made, and then take action on them immediately. I mean, right now. I mean, even before I finish talking here, stop the tape, pick up the phone, and make that call you've been waiting for. Do not put it off another minute. I don't care what it takes. There's power in momentum. I'm a big believer that once you set a goal, once you make a decision, you should immediately, in that moment, do something to start making progress towards it. That way you can't cop out later on or get caught up or lose your momentum. So please do it now. And I know not all things can be done right now, so maybe it's something you have to do tomorrow morning. But whatever you're going to do, make the decision and commit to follow through and then check in tomorrow. Because this is the first step to grabbing your personal power. And remember, there's no way to fail. You might say, well, gosh, what if I do this and it doesn't work? What if I try this and it doesn't happen? Hey, what if I screw up? Then screw up big. Go for it. Do a big screw up. Because then you'll learn something. Hey, remember, success in life is the result of good judgment. Good judgment is usually a result of experience. Experience is usually the result of bad judgment. So if you got some bad judgment and it doesn't work out, you'll learn something. It'll make you more successful in the future. Just go for it. Don't be afraid. Make it happen. You may say, well, it's such a little thing to do. I'll do it later. If it's little, to do it now. Don't put it off, okay? I'm on your side. Hey, what I'm trying to be here for you is a good coach. You know, I don't care how successful you are. We all need a coach.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning, man. Well, what happened to my shit? Oh, what happened? Where's he at? Oh, he's already done. Self-discipline. What you say?
So you watched my big video.
Oh, nice. You in, huh?
How we took a brand new store to $100 a day in one day, and then how we actually scaled one other store to 137K in the first month. And you didn't sign up to it.
You got 3,000 worth? That's awesome, Brandon. Good job, boy.
But I understand.
Make it, man. Let's make this money, man.
You should be skeptical. Once a guy comes on the internet, has some car behind him, he's like, hey, here's what I'm trying to make a lot of money. You should probably be pretty skeptical. So what I want to do in this video is invite you again, but more so stress the things about this, put that skepticism at ease. I want to show you the results people are getting from this live stream, and I also want to break down the business model. So as you're
If you look at the human animal,
Whoa.
the human animal is like a machine. There are systems inside our bodies that are trying to get us to do things that are in the interest of the survival of the human animal, right?
Come on, get out of here. God damn. Who looked after you? What's that? Who looks after you?
Today, I want to talk to you about what I think may be one of the most important, if not the most important areas of your life. An area of your life that, when it's handled, can give you the greatest amount of joy and love and ecstasy that you've ever imagined. And probably most of the peaks of your life have some aspect of this in your life. And then, of course, if it's handled ineffectively, this is the place of pain. This is the place where people really feel themselves devastated. This is the place where life seems to lose its meaning. Truth is, not working out takes 10 times more stress.
Yeah, it's Tony. Yeah, it's Tony talking. Tony Robbins.
The person here said that what they really do is they kind of pull the covers up around their friends when they want to feel loved. And that metaphor for this man means that if he's feeling kind of down or lonely or sad, instead of just sitting there by himself, he calls 2 or 3 friends and just doesn't even tell them he's feeling sad. He just talks to them about their lives and what's going on. And the warmth that they feel for him, the love and the friendship they share, just instantaneously transforms him. And he feels that love, even if they don't have an explicit conversation about that. It's a great strategy. But so many people say they feel alone, but they don't reach out. I was in a prison recently, and I was there with a man who's been locked up since 1951. And we have programs and prison systems all across the country.
That's better. We got more light.
Recently, talk about impact of relationships. We had a study that was done, a follow-up study, that showed the recidivism rate has decreased massively in a variety of prisons, and it's being published by the Journal of Prisons. But the point is, I went back to see a group of these men, and one of them, you can imagine being in jail since 1951. I mean, he was just a boy. You know, getting been to the moon, no color TVs, computers, didn't exist unless they were the biggest, buildings. I mean, it's a very different world. He's been locked up all this time. He hadn't had one communication from anyone in more than 17 years. And after I worked with him, I said, this is ridiculous. You're isolating yourself. And so a month later, he wrote me a letter. He said, I've already had 17 letters from people who we've reached out and communicated with. And he's so happy. He felt so excited. And it inspired him. One relationship led to another. And pretty soon he said, you know what? I'm changing my identity. I'm not a con. Even though I've got 12 more years in here. He said, I feel more free today than I've ever felt my entire life. And he said, I decided somebody on the outside, the difference between them and a con is that they own real estate. So he decided to use his relationships to negotiate an incredible deal on a small piece of raw land that was dirt cheap, literally dirt cheap. And now he's a real estate owner. He's not a convict. He feels so different about his life. So all this came from putting himself in a new circle, a new place in which he felt valued, he felt loved, he felt appreciated. But you got to go first. You all won't be able to come to us. You got to initiate first. So this is a great strategy. Another person here used their hour of power. They said they take an hour in the morning just to meditate and be, to walk around. Another man here said that he loves to get up in the morning and just take a little time for anybody else wakes up, have his coffee, and sends an email to friends, and he never really finds time to talk.
So I need to meditate.
He feels like he can connect with them. He can wake up next morning and see their responses and have that sense of connection, even though the time zones are so different. Another simple thing to do is just go places you love. One of the men here said that if he was just in the middle of the day, instead of sitting at his desk and having lunch there, he'd be so much more productive if he really just took that hour and went away and went to a nice place. He loves going to the gas line district. He loves the idea of going to the ocean, going to the pier. Because those are places that nurture him. And you come back and there's so much more of you to give to your work and to your environment. We live in an age where most of us are trying to be so efficient that we lost the emotion that makes us effective. And that emotion comes from having a great relationship with ourselves. We feel nurtured by ourselves. And sometimes you gotta do things like this, hug yourself. As silly and stupid as that may sound. Really touching yourself. I mean, you gotta think about what would you do for someone else though? You give them a hug, you give them on the back. I mean, I'll do sometimes do something on stage or I'll do something on, but I do something I don't know, it's extraordinary. And I'll reach back and pat myself on the back and smile, and we kind of make fun of it, but I'm like, yeah, that was awesome. I don't give a darn if anybody else noticed. I noticed. I was kicked butt. Because part of the challenge in life is that most of us are not busy looking around to acknowledge other people. If you don't acknowledge yourself sincerely for doing things that are unique or special or just being loving, you're not going to feel that feeling that you deserve. And the more you give these feelings love to yourself, the more whole you'll be, the more centered you'll be, the better person you'll be in a relationship. You'll have something to give instead of going there to get. And you know what? You'll be more selective. Now let's talk. We've talked about so many different ideas about relationships. Let me wrap up with two principles that we really need to focus on. And that is, the number one principle is, what is the most important factor in creating an extraordinary relationship? Well, the very most important factor is having an extraordinary relationship with yourself. And that's one in which you relate to yourself, express to yourself, you share these things, you demonstrate on a consistent basis, not just when you're done with a tape today and you do it for one day. I mean, really make it a habit. You schedule time with yourself. That's why the first tape that gets you into the most important one. Because if you take that hour-per-hour argument, you're 30 minutes of drive, or you're 15 minutes of fulfillment. The best time is first thing in the morning. Get up earlier, go to bed a little earlier, do whatever it takes. If you can't, then you got to do it at lunch. Or you got to do it in the evening at an hour that can't move. It's like a meeting that can't be moved. Because in that hour, all the things we're talking about here have a chance to coalesce. You have time for yourself. We're so busy. You got to have time for ourselves. But assuming that that principle is in alignment, that is, you already have a relationship with yourself, what is the most important factor in having a quality relationship with someone else?
Turn that
And the
motherfucker heat
answer
off, boy.
is selection.
Shit.
Selection. What do you mean selection? I'm already in a relationship. Oh, this whole portion of the tape is not going to relate to me. I've already made my mistake. No, you can't think that way. You're in big trouble. No. Selection means selecting the qualities you need in a relationship. So if you're already in a relationship, and this is going to be something you're going to look at brand new. Let me give you an idea. Relationships go through many phases. They go through that initial, oh my God, I'm so attracted to you, believe it, I want to be connected with this person phase, hopefully. It goes through phases of this deep love, and it goes through phases of questioning.
What up, boy?
Like, what the
Hey,
heck am
everybody.
I doing here? This happens in all relationships.
No, man, I'm
The
still
nature of
driving.
relationships. But
I'm just
what
waiting for him to
makes
call
a
me.
relationship last is that both people
Yeah, I'm
share
gonna be doing the water.
similar natures, or natures that complement each other. Now, what do I mean by nature? I don't mean they're attractive and you're not, so it works out. I don't mean they're busy and you're not, so there's a balance. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about knowing whether or not your relationship, your relatedness is based on the moment or whether it will have a lasting impact. And that's based upon beliefs, values, and goals. In fact, let me give it to you this way. If you want to hire someone for your job, now, you and I both know, again, if you talk to somebody who's really good, an example I can give you is Dick Vermeil. Here's one of the winningest coaches in history. He's the only coach to win both a Rose Bowl and a Super Bowl. He's an amazing man. And I was asking him after he won the Super Bowl, I said, what was the most important thing in you winning? He said, it was clearly inspiring these men to give their all. I said, well, that's interesting. He said, motivation, people make fun of it, but it's the most important thing because you have all the same players. They're basically at the same level of skill than any other team. It's the capacity to get more out of them, to be able to relate to them in a way where they bond with you, and as a result, you're able to move them to a different level of action. He said, but frankly, Tony, as powerful as motivation is, selection's even more important.
Oh, we always go around in Quincy. Always go around over here, boy.
If I had not won this year. He said, the reason is because today in NFL football,
Stay grinding, boy.
he said, the coach is a marketing tool.
What's the channel name, man? What's the channel name?
Because the team needs to go to the public
I'm trying
and
to
say,
get
we
it.
have a new coach. We have a new possible future now. He was the problem. Buy some box seats. He said, so the bottom line is you have no time to build a team. So in order to build that team, I had to select the right people. You had to select people whose nature would be to work together. I had to select people who would normally probably give more of themselves
I've heard of him.
than anyone else would expect of them. He said,
I know blockchain. That's the stock I'm on right now.
He said, by making
It's got something to do with blockchain.
we built a Super Bowl team in no time. He said, because we didn't look for individual players with just skills. We looked for players that could relate to each other and work as a team. Now, if it's true in NFL football to get a winning team, it's certainly true of creating a winning relationship. And I'll give you another example from business. When you're going to hire someone in business,
But yeah, you fucking with blockchain, Bitcoin, any of that shit, it's hot right now. You know, so you're in a good spot if you're fucking with them. You just gotta.
It's sustainability that we're looking for.
It's just seeing what stocks move in the morning, right? It just depends if you're a day trader. I'm a day trader. I'm in and out in the day. But if you're trying to be long term and you're trying to hold and see what these stocks do, that's different. That's long term. I'm not in the long term. I'm in and out in a day, or a couple days, or a couple weeks. But if you're fucking with stocks that, I like to fuck with stocks that are running, and a lot of times these stocks that have been running, they're associated with blockchain or Bitcoin. And those motherfuckers, they run like crazy, man. They've been running like crazy. So go to pre-market, see what stocks are running pre-market, see the pattern, see if the pattern is looking good or if it's a breakout, and put your position there.
So in a business relationship, there are three questions you got to answer. Number one, can they do the job? Can they? Well, the truth of the matter is, if you're interviewing them, chances are they can do the job because you've probably screened them, right? I mean, you've probably gone through their bio, maybe checked some references, or you've had someone else look at things before they even brought in to take a look at you and have an interview with you. So the truth is, when you're in a relationship with someone, you're considering a relationship with them, can they be your partner? The chances are that if you're at the level of consideration of that possibility, sure they can, more than likely. But the second question is more important. Will they do the job? I don't mean today, I don't mean tomorrow, I don't mean this week, I don't mean this month, I don't even mean for the next 6 months. Will they do the job 10 years from now? Will they do the job 3 years from now? Now, will this relationship last? Whether they do the job in business or not is based on two things. Number one, does the job meet their personal goals? If someone really wants to make $1 billion and the job they're in will never allow that, then you know darn well that however long they're here, it's not going to be long. Because eventually their goals are going to take them somewhere else. If the job is really about mastering business skills and they want to be a singer, then eventually they're probably not going to be here. Or even if they stay, they won't do the job to the highest level of quality as necessary. Because some people do stay in a relationship forever. They've been together for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they're friends. They don't have intimacy. They don't have a relationship called intimate relationship. They just have this good friendship. And so the same thing happens in businesses, doesn't it? You have somebody there that just kind of hangs on. They don't really grow. They don't really expand. They kind of do the job. But if they do it to the maximum capacity, absolutely not. The second criteria for whether somebody will do the job is, does the job reinforce their nature? Now, think about this from business, then we'll relate it to your personal relationship. See, if a person is very much a people person, and you stick them back in accounting, they may be able to do the job. Yes, they can. But will they do the job long term at the highest level of quality? The answer is no, because they want to be with people. Their nature is to connect. And being isolated in accounting is not what's going to make them feel fulfilled. So sooner or later, they're either going to quit, find another job, i.e. another relationship, or they're just going to hang out there and do the minimum that they absolutely have to and find joy outside the relationship called work. Well, this is also true in your personal relationships. Listen, if you have somebody whose goals are radically different than your own, you know, they want a kid and you don't, this is a pretty important element. If you can't resolve those goals where both parties are really happy, you're going to find there's going to be continuous conflict in this relationship, resistance, resentment, and eventually, if you stay together, repression if you don't end the relationship. Secondly, if you're in a position where you're the kind of person that never acknowledges someone, that's just not your nature. You're not much into acknowledgement.
Hey, you guys got Instagram? Any of you guys got Instagram?
And you expect, well, people know. I know. You don't have to tell me. Why should I have to tell you? And the person you're partner with craves.
I want you to go to my I want you to go to this girl's Instagram. Give her a follow.
Acknowledgement. They need to be told how much they're loved all the time. They need to be shown all the time. And you're not that kind of person. You never have been. You can try and get yourself to do that for a while, but your nature says as soon as the person looks satisfied, as soon as the pressure's off, you're going to go back to your old style. And so that person will not be reinforced in this relationship. And someone else is going to come by and stroke them and tell them how great they are and how amazing they are, and guess what? They're going to find a great attraction, a great love, a great appreciation for that person, which you will eventually notice or feel, or just sense that there's a loss for you. So what's happening is you're two great people, but you have radically different natures. Does this make sense? Now, that's not to say you can't make any relationship work, because of course you can. But when your nature is different than the person you're with, that doesn't mean you're not attracted. People who are totally opposite natures can be totally attracted, but they don't usually have sustainability. That's one of those hot love affairs. Yeah, oh, bam, bam, yum. And then, ooh, what happened? How come I'm not there anymore? Or what
Follow
what? You know, you're not the same person.
Mel
I met,
G.
You know,
Yeah, go to that.
6 weeks ago.
Go to that and follow her.
Right? Everything's changed because the natures are different. Does this make sense? I hope it does. Well, the third question.
Follow that. Go to her Instagram and follow her. You got it? You got that? You guys got it? Follow her. Yeah.
Get asked when you're hiring someone, you go, boy, Tony, thanks a lot. I'm hiring a liar. Is that what you're saying here? That's what this whole thing's about, how to do a job interview. Well, sort of. I mean, because selection's the most important part. You make the right selection, will you find someone who can do the job of loving you and love that job and will do it because you have the same goals and similar natures or complementary natures. You don't have to be identical, obviously, but natures that support one another. Then the third question is this the right team fit? And team fit comes down to things like values. Now, again, nothing has to be identical because everything's identical, you'd be bored. But it has to be complementary. I mean, if your goal is to make a difference in the world and change lives and contribute to society, and your partner, who is the sexiest thing on the planet, who is a total hunk or hunkette, who is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, who you worship the ground they walk on, but their major set of values in life are to arrive at the top and step on as many bodies as necessary to get there, then I got news for you. I don't care how beautiful they are. I don't care how many other things you share in common. Your values are so radically different that you're going to be in conflicts on a regular basis. And when you're in conflicts on a regular basis, then a relationship is hard to sustain. Because it's hard to relate to someone. That's what a relationship is. It's hard to form a ship of relations, right? It's such a word for it to be true. Now, be on this ship called life. Go through life with this person on the ship of your relationship. If you don't really relate,
Hey, you guys got Instagram?
Most. If you don't really relate to what they value most, they don't relate to what you value most, you're going to have conflicts. Now, don't get me wrong. Some diversity is necessary. For the things you value at the highest level, if these things aren't in common,
I want you to go to
have conflicts. You're going to have drama and
I want you to
pain.
follow my I want you to follow this girl for me.
Because when people's nature, when they value things so differently, they're going to always have challenges, or they're going to have to repress what they really feel. And neither one is going to make your
Hey,
relationship
follow this
better
girl.
or make you healthy or happy. Besides values, another part of team fit is sensuality.
Follow her.
Because what you value in your sensuality is also extremely important in an intimate relationship.
You got it?
Once you address that,
Follow
you
that.
have real challenges. And you know what's interesting is that
Follow her.
in a relationship, we try to make our partner be a certain way, don't we? You know, you try to like, well, I'll fix my partner. Well, they don't want to be fixed because this is their nature. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not broken. They just don't meet your values. And so you got to be careful about that because if you're successful, you'll take the spirit out of your partner. And if you fail, you'll be frustrated with your partner because after all, they haven't changed. Neither one works. You got to get a partner who's already aligned at a nature level with you. That's not to say everything is perfectly in alignment. But the most important thing is have to start there if you're going to have a winning team. Does that make sense? And I'll tell you, on the sensuality side, we all have male and female energy. There are some women that are very male in their energy, some very feminine in their energy. There are men that are very feminine in their energy and some that are very male. We all have both energies in our body. But one of the things that happens in intimate relationships is very often people start to become more like their partner, like they both become very feminine or both become very masculine. You know, a man wants the woman to be responsible, and he works so hard to make sure she's responsible, not so emotional, so she doesn't want to get beat up, so she does that. And then she loses all her
she needs to get more. She needs to get some more subs. So if I can give her 3,000 subs, that's good. That'd be good for her too. You know, you can make money on Instagram. You know what I mean? But yeah, she'll get them. She'll get them. She'll get them little by little. But yeah, as you can see, she's serious. She's serious. So yeah, I got 3,000 subs, man. I'm gonna take care of her.
I see Solar Park on South Las Feliz Drive in Tempe. Want to try that one?
femininity and her flow and her
Yeah, when I'll post her on my video. I'll do a video when we go to dinner, and damn, what the fuck? Damn. I'll post her when we go to dinner or something, and then I'm sure you guys, if you haven't subscribed to her, if you're not following her now, you'll follow her then later for sure.
Creativity and all the stuff that attracted him in the first place. And all of a sudden they lose the passion. They're now good friends, they're good business partners, but they don't have the passion. Or vice versa, a woman saying, God, he's such a pain in the rear. When can I get him to just loosen up and be free and be a sensitive male? And he's so sensitive, man, I can't get him to do anything. He just hangs around and wants to hug and kiss me. I love that for a while, but when's he going to go out and make something of himself? I got to pump him back up again. And it's also happens the opposite. Sometimes there are women that are very masculine. They attract a feminine man, and they have this tremendous sexual energy. Because you got to remember that sensuality, that sexuality comes from polarity. Just like the earth, you got different poles, and those different poles create that intense energy of attraction. If you become the same, then there's no spark. There's no electricity. And so when you're looking at Team Fit here, you got to say, okay, does their nature, in terms of their sensuality, create sparks with me, or do I have somebody that's going to quickly become a best friend? But what I really mentioned to you, there's a particular gentleman who's really written some outstanding books, and we got him do a course that's on intimacy, sensuality, and it helps you to take a little test to find out where are you and where is your partner, and how do you bridge that? And his name is David Deida, D-E-I-D-A, and I highly recommend him, so you might want to check that out.
Tim Sykes here. Sorry for not doing a video the past day or day and a half. Kind of had a crazy schedule. I'll tell you about it when I'm older. But lots of trades. The market is absolutely insane right now. I made a few $1,000s the past few days. Some good trades. Had to cut some losses. Was basically wrong on NXTD there. Was right on NXTD this time. CANN, I really underestimated. This thing is up, what, $3 a share since I bought it. CMBX, decent little trade, had to cut losses here. WKHS, kind of was wrong about that, but still got out decently. NXTD was decent about that. And QIWI, I underestimated. So I'll go over those in a second. But first, I just want to share with you my thoughts. This is what I think, and a lot of people took this as like me hating on crypto. I said I'm about to go to the bathroom and I might set up a payment system so that people can get paid via cryptocurrency when they have to go to the bathroom too. I'm going to call it crazy shit, ticker SHIT, and I'll ICO it for $2 billion next month. And then I tag some of these ridiculous stocks that are running based on their cryptocurrency and blockchain and Bitcoin relationships. I have nothing against Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. I'm thrilled that this is the latest hot sector. I just don't think that it's going to revolutionize the world like everyone thinks. If you are a student of history, you will see this kind of chart pattern again and again and again. We saw police equipment stocks. We saw the shipping sector. We saw low float stocks. We saw Ebola stocks. We saw medical marijuana stocks. These kinds of sectors heat up for a few weeks or even a few months, and then they fail miserably, and then they try to reheat up again. Just be warned, I posted this tweet because I'm mocking how much people believe this time is different. And everyone always thinks this time is different, and rarely ever isn't. So, I hope these stocks keep spiking as much as they want. It gives so much opportunity, it's insane. But at the same time, just keep one eye open, just don't ever get too confident that, Bitcoin is going to go to $1 billion or that all these little companies are going to really do well. This really reminds me back of 98, 99, 2000 when I made my first million nearly 20 years ago, when I would just buy companies that added .com to their name. I remember sportsmansguide.com or Sportsman's Guide Inc. And the stock tripled or quadrupled within a week when they added .com, and they were going to change the world by selling camping gear online. You know, they still sell camping gear online. They didn't really change the world, and the stock crashed. So just beware. Just because a company is getting into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency does not mean that it's going to succeed. And even if they do succeed,
Hey, did you guys follow? Did you guys follow her?
way too many expectations.
Did you follow her?
So for me, I will play the price action. I will play the momentum. I'm not shorting this stuff. It's scary to short, but at the same time, I also know that this is shit. That's the kind of cynical way I like to approach stuff. And to all you idealistic people out there, God bless your little hearts. You know, I'll be there to collect your broken hearts when, you know, the time is right in a few weeks or a few months. Don't forget who warned you, okay? Also, I want to thank Pencils of Promise. They made me this really nice video, my least popular video of the past few months because it's for charity, but pretty cool, even though people are stupid and evil. I'm very proud of donating $1 million to Pencils of Promise. It's my favorite charity. I'm actually up to like 1.6 million. I got to share with you some of my recent donations to them. But even with the $1 million, you know, 22 schools so far have been built. 33,911 students are going to school because of my donations, and I'm really proud of that. So I can be cynical, I can make fun of this ridiculousness, but at the same time, the money that I'm making from the markets and from teaching, I'm very proud to give back to the less fortunate. And you know, I knew that I was impacting like thousands of kids. I didn't know that the number was 34,000, so, or near 34,000. And that's just Pencils of Promise. I've also donated over $1 million to other charities now too, so the number is closer to 50,000. And I actually wrote a blog post on timothysykes.com, if you look, called My New Challenge. And my new challenge to myself is to have 1 million kids in school every day. And I think that's a good goal, considering I'm like 3, 4, maybe 5% of the way there. So I want you to have big goals, and I want you to use opportunities to get to your goals, to achieve them. You know, no different than, I love the fact that most people hate penny stocks. I love the fact that there's widespread misinformation out there, because it allows me to, you know, frankly, have a pretty easy job, just telling you the truth. I love all the crooks and the frauds and the scumbags in, you know, binary and Forex and Bitcoin who make you think that this stuff is like the easiest stuff ever, when in fact it's not. 90% of traders across all various industries in trading lose money. So this is not easy, and you can either learn from me or you can learn the hard way on your own, but you will learn one way or another that, you know, this is not as easy as you think, and it's going to take studying, and it's going to need to, you're going to need to adapt, and you're going to need to kind of look at the market and say, wait a minute, let me try different strategies, let me try different patterns, and not just believe that Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is the future, and not just believe in any one company, because any one trade can make you poor. If you go all in, if you use leverage, if you get too cocky, and I need to teach you to trade this kind of volatile stuff, but also trade it in a safe way. So with that in mind, let me get to some stocks in play. KODK is the latest supernova. Kodak. Eastman Kodak is back in play after hundreds of years of being in business and, you know, years of just incompetence. You know, I think that the company even went bankrupt. They emerged out of bankruptcy, and, you know, the stock has done nothing but go straight down. And now all of a sudden, blockchain is going to save Kodak. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! It's just ridiculous. But the volume is there, and the price action is there, so I wouldn't short it. That said, you know, it's a pretty sweet run-up, and I kind of screwed up today. I watched it. I had it in my, you know, trigger in my hair. I said this on my roughly $3,000 profit on COGT. This was midday, and I said I'm taking gains as my chat room discovered it's a paid pump. Thank you to whoever brought this up in the chat room that COGT was a paid pump. This thing really would have run. You know, this was touted as the new Bitcoin cryptocurrency play by the NIA, which has a massive, you know, just list where they just send it out to everybody, and the stock can really run for several days like QIWI. That was their last pick that I underestimated. This one, they kind of sold out though, and they got paid, I think, $70,000 to pump it. So I had to get out once I realized that it was a paid pump. Still made a few grand. Thank you to Benzinga Pro for being roughly 10 minutes late. And that little 10 minutes late on your alert, you know, was a nice spike to sell into. There's all these different newsletters and different alerts, and they're usually pretty delayed. It's kind of laughable. I think this was Benzinga Pro that was 10 minutes late on this one, and I sold into all the Benzinga Pro people buying. So thank you, Benzinga Pro, for your laziness. QIWI, though, I underestimated. So NIA, you know, you had one really good one on QIWI, then you kind of sold out for this play. I get it. You got to pay your bills, you know. You make one good pick, and then you sell out for the next. I'm not blaming you. I'm just going to teach everybody what you guys do. And then at midday, I said this. I was like, no thanks to buying paid pumps, even if it's blockchain. On to the next now, KODK. And then I had something come up. Unfortunately, you know, I'm running quite a few businesses, and, you know, I trade when I can. Midday, I'm not really going to trade that much. So it was unfortunate that I was watching KODK, but I did not take advantage of it. I'm glad, though, that I put it in my alert. Like, even sometimes when I'm selling one stock and I'm watching another, you know, for me, no one trade matters. It's all about teaching you the process. So a lot of people made a lot of money when I specifically didn't buy KODK, but I brought it up midday. This was around 12:03 p.m. midday. It was right around here. You know, KODK had just spiked from the 3s to the 5s, and I was watching it on the dip here in the 4s, and it really wasn't doing anything, and I had to leave pretty much right around here. So I missed this. This was a really nice breakout here above 550, all the way up to 650, and then if you missed that, you had a second chance. So you either buy the first breakout or you buy the dip when it holds that key breakout.
Yeah, you're right, Kay. At some point, it's going to come back down, man.
To the 7s. There's no way I would have held after hours to the 9s here, or, you know, maybe by the time I post this video, it'll be in the 10s, 12s, 15s, who knows. For me, this is the kind of pattern that I look for, this breakout, and then this successful hold of the breakout. So at most, even if I had been there midday, which again, most middays I take off, so it's very rare for a stock to move like this midday. But this is where I would have, could have, really should have bought in the 550s, and I most definitely would have been out, you know, for probably 50 or 75 cents a share. Or if I had bought the dip here at around 75, you know, I would have been out here by 660 and made the same 50, 75 cents a share. This is my area of expertise. And as you can see here, I mean, even into the close, it didn't do much. This is just after hours, very illiquid price action. Kodak has traded 70 million shares, though, in total since they announced their whole little cryptocurrency blockchain for photographers bullshit. I think it's laughable. We saw this just the other day on CNET. Right here, when it went from the 1s to the 11s, you know, it tried to come back here. A few different chat rooms tried to buy it all together, and it can't. You know, once it goes up that much, it's just tough. LFIN was the original, or one of the original big blockchain movers a few days ago when it went from 5 to 140. So even though I'm saying this is bullshit, and I really can't help laughing at some of these press releases, like history is repeating itself. I still don't want to step in front of a freight train. I don't want to just short this right away. I know many shorts are licking their chops. Be careful, guys. You know, I know a lot of shorts who have been sent to the hospital and to the poorhouse the past few weeks and months. You know, they've been way too aggressive the past, you know, every hot sector. And now they're getting their asses handed to them. So I know that I'm known as mostly a short seller, but, you know, recently, the past few years, I've been mostly long. I actually ran into a guy here, he works at the hotel that I'm staying at, pretty cool, you know, and he looked at me and he's like, Tim? And I was like, yeah. I just thought that he, you know, recognized me from, you know, I signed in my name at the hotel that I'm staying at. But then he took me outside and he was like, Tim, I was one of your students. And I was like, oh, cool, how'd you do? And, you know, when someone says I was one of your students, you don't think, like, oh, they're going to tell you something positive. But he's like, listen, Tim, I started off as your student. I love learning, but I really am not good at short selling. And I feel bad saying this, but in the past year, I made 50,000 going long. And I was like, dude, I've switched to going long. He didn't even realize it because he was my student, you know, years ago when I was all short selling. It's good to adapt. And also, never feel bad if you make money in a different way. You know, I know some short sellers who are making money. You know, my top student, Tim Grattani, made over $2 million last year, and he's primarily short biased. So not all short sellers are losing. But if you can make money in any way, that's fantastic. If you do make money in these cryptocurrencies, fantastic. If you make money in binary and Forex, fantastic. I just try to teach you the odds, and I try to warn you about the bad elements in these speculative sectors. So if you are making a lot of money, do me a favor.
Class in session, boy.
A quarter of your profits right now, or you know, even half of your profits, just to play it safe. I know that you want to be a gunslinger, and guess what? I sell way too soon usually. COGTI times pretty well. This was, it spiked all the way up to the 6s the other day, and then today got up to the 560s and then bounced to the 540s. But it's tough. It's tough when you find out that it's a paid pump. COGT and KODK were the two midday.
MyProtein. Go to myprotein.com.
KODK is not a paid pump. They just issued a press release saying they're getting into blockchain. So that turned out to be a better one. Now HMNY is spiking after hours on news that they might do an ICO. And this is a company. They're merging with MoviePass.com. We can basically go to the movie theater all you want for like $10 a month. It sounds like a cool business. I mean, they just passed 1.5 million subscribers. It was pretty crazy. This was the spike on news of the subscribers, which is actually, very fundamentally good. And it was kind of funny and a sign of the times that the stock was only up like 5 or 10 cents a share on the day when they announced solid subscriber numbers. And then it spikes big after hours on an interview that the CEO did talking about blockchain cryptocurrency. That is the sign of the times. Like earnings winners, good actual businesses, the stock might go up a little bit. But whoa, wait a minute. You're getting into blockchain and cryptocurrency? Whoa, wait a minute. You don't even have an actual business? Whoa, this is big news. Whoa, you just said the magic words. That's the kind of environment that we're in. And it would be wrong of me not to mock it. Again, God bless all you people doing ICOs. God bless you guys making 10, 20, 30,000% on these bullshit little alt exchanges. Enjoy the party while it lasts. Just remember the party never does last as long as you think it does. So I'd rather you guys take safe profits. If you are up 10,000%, 20,000, 30,000%, just remember to take some off the table because too many people go down with a ship. And then they regret it. And, no one in the past has really warned them. I tried warning people during the last medical marijuana craze in 2014, and people were like, made money, and then it was down 20%, down 50%. And they're like, well, we're down 50%, we might as well just hold and ride the wave. And part of the reason why I'm so crude with my analogies about taking a shit is because all shit goes down the toilet. All of this stuff will go down the toilet. There's no riding waves down the toilet. It just goes straight down, eventually. Now, when that will happen is anyone's guess. I hope this stuff goes on for another year, another 2 years, another 3 years. Let the Searches Act continue as long as possible. There are so many plays. There's so much volatility. You have to ride it as long as you can. And as long as the situations present themselves. I made roughly $250,000 trading in 2017. Guess what? I would say probably 70-80% of it was on shit, speculative blockchain, cryptocurrency, marijuana, shipping, low flow, whatever hot sector was in play. That is the vast majority of my trading profits every year. So when some of you guys get offended when I start ripping on blockchain, I'm not against it. I'm for it. At the same time, I'm also not going to just drink this, ridiculousness that...
No, it's not snowing. It stopped yesterday.
Where they think that, the whole world's going to
Fucking
change.
did a foot and a half.
All these cryptocurrencies are going to
Did
go.
a foot and a half of snow.
The day of reckoning will be
Not a
there.
foot, yeah, about a
I don't know
foot.
if it's tomorrow or in a week or
A
in
half
a
a
month
foot-
or
half
in
a
a year.
foot of snow.
And I'm not hoping for it. I just know that it will be there because I am a student of history and this is what history teaches me. I hope that this goes on as long as possible. Enjoy the delirium. Enjoy the party. Maybe it'll be like Space in Miami and it'll just keep going, or 11 in Miami, these 24-hour clubs. Let the party continue. Yeah, enjoy it. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm not calling the cops to end the party. I just want you to be aware of the ridiculousness. In fact, leave a comment underneath this video saying, I love this crazy market, because you should, and you should appreciate it, and you respect it, and even if you're missing it, you know, I saw some people, some of my students buying KODK, and they're buying in the low fours on the dip here, and they're selling in the high fours, and they're like, I totally missed. And meanwhile, they're making 10, 15, 20% on their money. If you make 10, 15, 20% on your money in a day or in an hour, you didn't miss, you dumb fucks, okay? You just aren't maximizing everything, and that's fine. It takes time. All the time I make 10, 15, 20%. I make singles. So perhaps my overly cynical, overly safe approach is the wrong approach for this market. But I don't know how to teach non-safe strategies. I don't know how to say, hey, Kodak is the future. This thing is going to double in a day. I don't know how to do that. I know how to recognize this as a blockchain play. I know how to recognize this as a big percent gainer. All you have to do is search stocks to trade big percent gainers. I know to recognize this as a breakout, and then a confirmed breakout when it holds it. After that, this is all euphoria. And I don't know how to predict or trade or react to euphoria. So I have a very specific set of skills, like Liam Neeson and Taken. And that is learning how to take singles. And guess what? The singles add up to millions of dollars over the years. That is my whole thesis. That is my life. That is my teaching style. Enjoy the euphoria. Ride it as best you can. I love taking small gains because it adds up. So, anyways, that's today's lesson. I got to get going. Again, leave a comment underneath this video if you understand a little bit of how crazy this market is, and say, I love this crazy market if you love it as much as I do. Cheers. All right, Tim Sykes here. Sorry for not doing a video the past day or day and a half. Kind of had a crazy schedule. I'll tell you about it when I'm older. But
Hi everyone, so today I will do a review of all the chat room that I've been in, and hopefully that'll help you to pick out what chat room should you pay.
what's up? Tim Sykes here. Got my smartphone, got my laptop. Pan out. Show where we are. Show where I'm working from. I'm pumped to be able to work from here. All you need is a laptop or a smartphone. This isn't even my laptop. I actually lost my laptop. We did 2 charity events in one day. We're rushing around. I don't know where my laptop is. I don't know where my passport is. I just got a new passport. I can't get a laptop from here because they're all in freaking Spanish and they're built differently. Lo siento to my Spanish people, but I need to get a new laptop when I'm back in the U.S. The good news is my friends have laptops, and I could have made a trade on the smartphone. I had a fantastic trade this morning. Nailed an earnings winner because it's one of my patterns. Even though I'm working kind of like with both hands tied behind my back, right? With no laptop, the Wi-Fi is slow as shit. I can't download any software. I'm just looking at the web. I'm recognizing PETZ as a former runner, okay? Now it has earnings. Now it's spiking pre-market. That alerts me that this could run again. Also, this is a Friday. You might know that I love Friday morning spikers. So you have a former runner, you have an earnings winner, and you have a Friday morning. You're sure as fuck that I'm going to buy that stock, which I did. I got on a little dip off of its pre-market highs in the low 8s. It skyrocketed. That alerts me that this could run built differently. Lo siento to my Spanish people, but I need to get a new laptop when I'm back in the U.S. The good news is my friends have laptops, and I could have made a trade on the smartphone. I had a fantastic trade this morning, nailed an earnings winner because it's one of my patterns. Even though I'm working kind of like with both hands tied behind my back, right? With no laptop, the Wi-Fi is slow as shit. I can't download any software. I'm just looking at the web. I'm recognizing PETZ as a former runner, okay? Now it has earnings. Now it's spiking pre-market. That alerts me that this could run again. Also, this is a Friday. You might know that I love Friday morning spikers. So you have a former runner, you have an earnings winner, and you have a Friday morning. You're sure as fuck that I'm going to buy that stock, which I did. I got on a little dip off of its pre-market highs in the low 8s. It skyrocketed to nearly 11. All right, so I don't have my laptop. I'm bumming the laptop. I can't download my software, but I recognize an earnings winner in PETZ. My Wi-Fi is so bad, it's unbelievable. It's actually forcing me to hold. I'm now up about $3,000 in like 2 minutes. I gotta cancel all these. I'm trying to download software. I can't do it. I just gotta sell this stuff. Oh my God, I'm up about 6,000. Hold up, let me just lock this in. 10.3. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. I can't even sell. There's some problem. What's going on here? I have the shares. I'm in. We sell. I think because I'm in Mexico, we're having an issue. Let's see. Sell. 0.5. This account is not approved for trading. Close the phone. I gotta call E-Trade. You would think I would be very, very happy. I'm up roughly $6,000, $7,000 inside of what, 20, 30 minutes? Unfortunately, E-Trade did not allow me to sell. I actually have this on video. We're gonna play it now. All right, so I had a $7,000 profit. E-Trade fucked me by not letting me sell. Apparently my account has been restricted because I am accessing the account from overseas here in Mexico. This happened when I was in the Ukraine too. They can't deal with my travel schedule. The good news is I was dead on the right with the stock. So I made roughly $1,800. But E-Trade, you just cost me $5,000. I'm freaking out because I can't sell. Fucking sucks. I want to take my profits. E-Trade signs me up. Or I sign up to E-Trade's little live chat thing, right? I'm sorry, I'm a little amped right now. I sign up and I start talking to them. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Let me sell. E-Trade says, no, your account is restricted. I say, why is my account restricted, E-Trade? It's because I'm in Mexico. Pan out again, one more time. E-Trade doesn't like me trading from this place. I had a problem with them in the Ukraine too. I went there. I don't even think I posted that on social media because it's kind of a dangerous place. E-Trade restricted me because there's a whole financial agreement between the U.S. and the Ukraine. This time, there's no agreement between, or any kind of restrictions between the U.S. and Mexico. It's just the fact that my account is being signed in from all these different places, and E-Trade can't keep up. The little chat guy said this. Wait, I saved his text message. I made a video. I'll insert the video now. So here's my chat with E-Trade. They restricted me because apparently they didn't know that I was out of the country. And they're like, I was like, please don't ever restrict me ever again. It cost me several $1,000s. Oh my God, Brian B continues. I say, please make a note never to restrict my account. Brian B says, what countries do you typically go to? Brian B, you don't know what the fuck I do. I travel everywhere. What countries don't I go to is a better question. With my chat with E-Trade, and he said, why don't you tell me a list of countries that you normally go to? And I said to the guy, Brian B, there's more countries that I don't go to, or there's less countries that I don't go to than I do go to. I've been to 113 countries now. So it's a smaller list. It's roughly 80 countries that I haven't been to. I I like to travel. I'm sorry, E-Trade. I'm sorry that you're not prepared for the traveler, but you should be, because you can do this from anywhere. Anyways, long story short, I didn't make the $6,000 or $7,000. I made just under $2,000, but the stock is actually coming back right now. Could be up 3,000. Didn't time it perfectly. The good news is that I was prepared, even with my E-Trade issues, even with my slow Wi-Fi issues. Pan around. Show them one more time. Let's put some sexy music. Even though I'm in paradise, I'm still making trades, even with all the restrictions. Trading with two hands behind my back. I'm fucking basically pecking at my laptop. Not even my laptop, with my nose making the trade. I can do this from anywhere. This is how it should be. You can travel anywhere. You can trade from anywhere. With those twins. Low price compared to the stock price. When they do that financing, the stock will drop 30, 50, 70% in a day. So it's pretty logical.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many people hate on penny stocks?
I think it's just.
Is it because of your middle name?
No.
Guy who's your middle name?
No, but it is. I mean, movies like that. And I think just like Wall Street in general want to put it out that they're how bad they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they want people trading them really.
There's not much commissions in it.
Right.
You know, most people are not going to read the SEC filings.
Yep.
So they're going to believe in these companies' technology. You can't believe in any single penny stock's management promises. You can't believe in their technology. They all make pie-in-the-sky predictions.
Right.
We're only here in this beautiful place in Positano, Italy, because we don't believe a word that they say. We trade the price action.
And yet you go on Twitter or StockTwits and you literally have these people arguing about the fundamentals of the companies and, oh, this company has great management or their pipeline. They're going to the moon. You see it. It's just unbelievable at times.
That said, so some people will say, well, why should we trade this junk if they're all going to fail? Because the stocks are volatile. If you learn to take advantage of the volatility, this is why we started off this conversation with SINL going from 5 to 13 in one day.
In one day. Overnight, I woke up, it was at, I think it closed at 8. And I woke up and it was at 13. Yeah, unbelievable.
I didn't know you almost had your whole account.
Yeah, I did. I did, yeah.
So you had almost your entire account.
Right.
And you still couldn't take profits because you wanted 20.
Yeah, but I mean, I was new and I was greedy.
Now you've learned. I'm glad you didn't lose too much of that trade. So now, okay, so you've gone from 4,000 to 133,000 in like 6 months. You're studying. You're learning to take singles, not going for home runs.
100%.
What is your family? What does your wife think?
At first she was skeptical. I mean, and my father, who is actually a very good value investor.
Oh God.
Very good. He's done really well. Very, very skeptical, you know. But the results don't lie.
Yeah.
And my wife now, she loves it. I mean, she loves it so far.
So far. Don't get caught.
Absolutely. So far, and she keeps me in check.
Good.
Yeah,
I'll keep you in check.
Absolutely.
I want you to be a 7-figure student.
That's right. Yeah.
6 figures, it's a good start, but a lot of newbies have success.
Yeah.
Sometimes they get lucky.
Yeah.
It would have actually been a worse lesson if you had held on to SINO and had your biggest profit.
Yeah, I agree.
You would have been like, oh, every stock is like that.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
because you saw what happened when it doesn't work, it didn't cost you anything.
No.
And you got a great lesson. And you feel that emotion.
Yeah.
Like
It was bad. It felt bad. I mean, I almost quit. That's how bad it felt. I mean, I'm like, oh my God. Like, what are you doing?
If you had held on to SINO and had your biggest profit,
Yeah, I agree.
you would have been like, oh, every stock is like that.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
because you saw what happened when it doesn't work, it didn't cost you anything.
No.
And you got a great lesson. You feel that emotion.
Yeah,
Like
it was bad. It felt bad. I mean, I almost quit. That's how bad it felt. I mean, I'm like, oh my God. Like, what are you doing?
But you took the right attitude. This is what a lot of you guys have to learn. This is a process. You might have done all this in 6 months. You're an overachiever.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know, you were also a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Talk about your professionalism in the past.
Um,
It's relevant.
Well, I played soccer in South America and in Europe for quite a while, and that was definitely helpful. I mean, I played soccer since I was 6 years old, and just all the trials and tribulations.
Every day.
Every day.
What's the thing that you did to train really hard?
Oh, my mother used to. She was pretty diehard. She's a Korean woman, and she definitely was a disciplinarian. but she would have this Hungarian trainer come over in the morning before school at 5 a.m. and we'd be running suicides in our backyard.
How old were you?
This was through middle school and high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we had a lot of extra training that we did.
So I was a tennis player before school for breakfast. Most kids are eating scrambled eggs, you know, maybe like a piece of bread. Plus I'm having codfish, okay? That is what true athletes, and I'm not even a true athlete, but I knew a lot of top tennis players. Their secret was having fish for breakfast.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And I'm eating this codfish for breakfast in high school, and I'm like, I'm gagging. But the reason why I bring that up is because if you're a professional athlete, you understand it's a process, it's a journey. You see a lot of these people like in the World Cup or they're a tennis player in Wimbledon, they've been training for 5, 10, 20 years every single day.
Right.
And they understand what it takes to be great.
Yeah.
A lot of other people, they want to get paid, you know, okay, I put in 4 hours researching this stock, I should make, you know, $80, $20 an hour. It doesn't matter how hard you research a stock, you might lose on that still.
Right.
It's not like a linear relationship between how many hours and your profits. So I'm glad you stuck with it. I'm glad that you're an athlete and you understand. All of you athletes out there, use your brain, you know? Being an athlete is tough. You got injured, you said. What happened?
I was on trial actually in Croatia, and I basically shattered my ankle. I mean, all the ligaments were gone. And
I had surgery. I had Tommy John surgery.
Yeah.
$1 million injury. So far, you have a 6-figure injury.
Yeah, so far.
Because right now, if you continue playing soccer, okay, maybe you'll have a decent career.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you're giving like private soccer lessons.
Right.
I
Or
would
coaching
private
or
tennis.
right.
Like coach at some crappy country
Yeah,
club. Got into the stock market, you know, you have a much longer career.
Right.
You're still young. How old are you?
I'm 31.
You have this all your life.
Right.
You have decades, hopefully centuries.
Yeah, hopefully.
If, you know, medicine keeps growing.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Yes. Medicine and technology, and you expand your mind.
Yeah.
And there's always plays, okay? So we're here in Positano tomorrow. We're going to be live trading. What's your take? Are you going to make a trade?
If there's a trade to be made.
That is the right answer. You do not need to trade every day. You wait for these right plays. ITKG, DCTH, SINO.
Yeah.
I mean, you can count just a few really good supernovas.
Right.
They don't happen every single day. So that's the secret, I think, with penny stocks. Most people are looking for trades all the time. You know, they have a small account. They want to grow it, $50 here, $100 there. But if you wait for the right play, your account can really grow. You just have to have patience.
Yeah, and I think that's tough. I think that's one of the toughest parts is that if you're sitting watching the markets all day, your instinct is to want to jump in and be part of the action, even if there's no real action there to be had. I struggle with that, especially once I got over PDT. I think I dipped below PDT a couple times, which was...
The PDT is you need over $25,000 to day trade freely. If you're under $25,000, you can only make 3 day trades per week, which is enough. When you have a small account, you can trade overnight every single night, first of all, but you shouldn't be making that many trades. Like some people I see trying to make like 3, 4, 5 trades in a day. And they're like, let me trade this, let me trade that. And that's a frustrating way to live.
It is. I think the first week I was making like 5 to 10 trades at least a day. Once I got over PDT, only because I felt so when you're under PDT, at times cutting losses seems like, well, it's difficult to do emotionally because you're like, I'm going to waste a day trade on a loss, you know, when that's not necessarily the correct attitude. But so once I got over, I did have to curb that. That's one of the first things I had to curb after getting above PDT. But now, kind of the attitude I have is that if I'm bored, and if I'm watching the markets and I'm bored, then I'm probably doing something right, as opposed to the other way around.
Oftentimes the best trade is no trade at all.
Most of the time, I mean.
Most of the time. So we sit in cash. Do you have any positions right now?
No.
Neither do I. We sit in cash. Even though we're traders, even though you've made 6 figures, even though I've made 7 figures, a lot of the time we have no positions.
Yeah.
What's the most number of positions?
Yeah, go to my second video, my last video, and just click that link. That's the guy's talking.
Maximum. But usually one at a time.
INXP ain't doing shit.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
It's
I watch every single tick.
Right.
We were talking.
It's consolidating. Like I was trying to tell you, the range is getting smaller. I'm in at 34, so I'm down like a few cents. But if you go and you look at it, you see INXP. You see how it spiked up and came back down. Now it's consolidating. I was just telling you guys earlier in the video, when you see a stock consolidating like that, You know, it's been doing it for a couple days. It's a pressure cooker. It's ready to pop. So whether it's, I'm betting for it to go up, right? I wanted to go retest back up the highs, but you know, if it breaks the line in the sand is 26 cents. That's the line in the sand for me. If it breaks 26 cents and it breaks below that, I'm out. You know, that's the line in the sand I draw. That's my risk. You know what I mean? But you know, it's very simple, man. It's very simple to trade. You just gotta, you know, you just gotta respect. You gotta respect the rules. You know.
Talking about this with the group, we actually have like nearly a dozen students here. We're going around the room, and you know, you don't need that many positions. I don't understand these people. Like, oh, I'm hedged. I have 20 longs, 6 shorts. I'm using 125% leverage. You're not a hedge fund. You're not a mutual fund. If you have a small account, if you trade like a sniper, one trade, try to make like 300, try to make 200, try to make 1,000.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
Because that's just not, I don't know, I think that's just from the value investment standpoint, that's what they do. And
it's your dad or father-in-law?
My father.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Have you had like chats with him?
Yeah, he appreciates what I do.
Cool.
He does. He's open-minded.
Yeah, that's all. That's not most value investors.
No, but he's very open-minded, and
value investors, be open-minded. Learn from the young wolves.
No, it's cool. We have great talks about it. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's brought us closer at times.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is he gonna start trading?
No.
He's not that open.
No. He lets me trade for him sometimes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's you know a place in.
Market's about to start open.
Place for value investors.
So
just to be open.
it's about to be 9:30 in New York.
Value investor and you say
So 8:28 in Williston, North Dakota.
People literally back away from me. Like,
So yeah, we about to crank up.
I'm not a ghost. I'm not like someone.
And if you watch,
but they hear penny stock.
if you watch a stock, if you watch a stock right now, and you'll see how volatile the stock is. That's where you make your money, man. You'll make a couple thousand, few thousand, couple, 10,000, within a matter of 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's just finding a setup. And that's the best time to trade. So literally you can wake up in the morning and be done, make a couple $1,000s and be done for the rest of the day by 10:30. You know what I mean? By 10:30 in the morning, you're fucking done. So yeah, we're about to crank up here in a minute.
And what were you saying about the pattern testing?
Well, I've been trying new patterns, first of all, kind of recently. But I keep a couple spreadsheets just for my trades to see what works and what doesn't work for me. Because what I've learned is that, I can't necessarily do what Tim Grittani does or what Dux does or Michael Good. It's really hard to duplicate anyone's strategy or even your strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of do have to find your own way and what works for you.
We're different people. We have strengths and weaknesses.
Absolutely.
I kick with my toe in when I play soccer.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm terrible. The coach always yelled at me, like, don't kick with your toe. But I'm like, but it goes faster.
Yeah,
so I would never make it as a soccer player.
Right. So
be individual.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
So I have been testing out short selling lately because I've made most of my money going long at this point.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of more applicable for small accounts.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to find shares of these companies at times to short because there's so much competition for those shares.
Yeah.
But I have been getting into short selling just because I think it's important to test new strategies and to be diverse with your strategies.
Dude.
For different market conditions. I mean, we've obviously had this sweet bull market for quite a while. And my entire trading career so far, it's been short, but it's been in this bull market.
Yeah.
So what works now is not necessarily going to work in the future.
And it's good to learn different strategies. Like, I'm a tennis player. Like, I had a weak backhand, so my opponents could learn to just hit to my backhand and they would win. I was awesome with my forehand.
Yeah.
But if you have a forehand and backhand, you don't have to fear bear markets.
Right.
So I'm glad you're learning short selling. We got to wrap this up. I'm starving. We got lunch waiting for us. The number one lesson that you have for people, what do you think?
Number one lesson would be...
or top two. Doesn't have to be one.
I'd say don't give up. I think a lot of people give up quickly because don't give up, don't blow up. So don't blow your account up before you can have enough time and experience for it to click.
Beautiful. Be patient, persevere. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but also understand that you can learn to take singles. You don't have to go for home runs. You don't have to trade every day. You should not go all in on any trade. And if you do have 50, 100, 200% profits, take them. Don't go for like 1,000% profits. Don't believe any penny stock. Learn to read the SEC filings and enjoy the journey. This is a marathon. Enjoy it. Cheers. Thank you. Congratulations on your
Thanks, Tim.
success.
Appreciate it.
Ciao.
Ciao.
My name is Tim Sykes, and I teach people to trade stocks. I am a self-made multimillionaire. So this is the ideal trade that I'm going to talk about. I want you guys to understand every single aspect of this trade.
Trade a world of markets with the guaranteed edge of limited risk. Nadex binary options.
Hey guys, this is Tim Grattani. A lot of you know me as the trader who started with $1,500 of my own money and over the last 4 years turned it into $2.7 million. You may have heard about my story on my Fox News appearances, or maybe you read about me on CNN Money or Reuters. Maybe you follow me on Twitter, or maybe you read my blog. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you all made it here, and I'm so excited to share with you a clip from my upcoming DVD, Ticker Trading, the long and short of it. When I set out to make this DVD, my goal was to show traders what I do differently that enables me to succeed. In order to do that, I knew I had to document my trades as I was making them so that it would be like you were sitting in the room with me watching me trade. After months of filming, I've gathered 35 live trade examples for you to learn from, which are organized and taught as my 8 favorite setups. I show you where I succeed, I show you where I fail, but most importantly, I show you why I make the trading decisions that I do. The following clip comes from Chapter 6, my chapter on buying OTC multi-day breakouts. It's a trade I made on Fannie Mae in February of 2015, buying it as it broke past a key resistance level. If you find this clip useful and want to see more, make sure you check out the link below for discount DVD pricing. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's take a look at one last example where I'm buying right at the breakout. And this is on Fannie Mae, a stock that I have had quite a bit of success with throughout my trading career, so I'm really glad I got an opportunity to include a trade example with it. Fannie Mae, the multi-day breakout level here is 260. Pay no attention to this far right daily candle because it's kind of messed up. There was a goofy print. And right as Fannie Mae starts breaking above 260 here, a little after 2 o'clock, I throw in some buy orders. I threw in 50,000 shares worth of buys at 261. And I routed to 2 different market makers, and so far only 15,000 shares have filled. Only about a third of what I'm going for. But I'm not chasing this spike. I'm not freaking out saying, oh no, I'm going to miss it. I'm waiting for a dip. I anticipate that it's going to be a little bit of a choppy start to the breakout. So I'm not saying get in at any cost. I want to get in as close to 260 as possible. We briefly topped out there at 264 and started to pull back a little. But right now 262 is holding pretty steady. I'm not the only person who recognizes this as a breakout, so there are plenty of buyers in line ready to buy. Fannie Mae starts to chip under 262 here, and I'm pretty happy because I think I'm about to get my fill. And briefly, we have the best bid being at 261 where my orders are sitting, but no prints go off there, so that doesn't do me any good. So now that that first dip has come and gone and I didn't get any more fills, I do move my orders up a little bit. I put a small buy at 263 there to get me up to 25,000 shares, but so far it hasn't filled. But still, I'm not rushing, I'm not panicking, I'm not chasing. finally I fill and I'm up to 25,000 shares, half of what I originally wanted. I put in another 25,000 shares at 262 on the best bid, hoping I can get the fill there as well and get up to my full position size. Canceled the order though because it wasn't filling. And I'm just sitting back watching right now and just trying to figure out how I want to time it and where I want to put the order. I just know I want to get to 50,000 shares in this account. And we get the downtick, so now I'm starting to think maybe we retest 260 or even go under. But after holding for a minute, I say, you know what, it's not worth it trying to get 1 or 2 pennies better. So I go ahead, I put my order in at 262 and I filled. So I'm up to 50,000 shares now. Turns out I could have been a little more patient. I probably would have gotten my fill at 260 or 261. We do dip a little bit more here. This is an example where the breakout is not holding perfectly. And some people are scared right now. Some people are saying, oh no, it cracked under 260. But you know what? 260 reclaims. And it just kind of chops around at first here. Another great example of a breakout not instantly working. I know I have to be prepared for slow starts sometimes, and I have a risk in mind. I'm looking at that 256 area where the previous dip from around 2 o'clock held. I only have to risk 6 cents a share for my average. And because I know my risk, I'm okay with sitting through consolidation. I'm okay with the fact that this breakout hasn't really gotten going yet. And just remember, as slow as this looks now, you're watching it in sped up action. It's even slower in real time. And the lesson here isn't be patient no matter what. The lesson is be patient as long as your risk level holds. Don't cross the line from patience into stubbornness. And now Fannie Mae is starting to work a little bit. We retested the 265 high, it held again, which isn't too surprising. Usually it doesn't break through on the first try. And now that we've ramped up and retested that high, I'm probably moving my risk up in my mind. Instead of using that 256 area, I'm going to use 258 now. That was the pullback low after the 260 breakout. So I will adjust my risk as I go. We briefly retested 165 there, and then we break through. And now Fannie Mae is up to new highs. And with less than an hour to go in the day, I'm thinking as long as Fannie Mae holds under any key supports, I'm going to be gapping this. I'm going to be holding it over the weekend. So far, not a very strong break past 265. Finally, we get an uptick after quite a while holding at 266. But Still not really going all that fast, just grinding a penny at a time. But I am up a few cents a share now. I am building a little bit of a cushion on my position. At this point in the pattern, I am still looking at that 258 area though. These little pullbacks along the way, I don't consider them significant enough to move my risk up. And again, another pullback here. This one a little more serious than the past couple. Retesting that 265 area that it broke past. But so far, 265 doing a good job of holding. And yeah, I do have an eye on level 2 here, but this is an example where I'm not really weighing level 2 all that heavily. This isn't a time of volatility. This is a time when Fannie Mae is grinding a penny at a time. So I'm not going to let how stacked up Fannie Mae looks on either the bid or the ask affect my decision making. And now with 10 minutes to go till close, we break past 268 and we start to speed up a little bit. We get the 270 test, break through pretty quickly, and we're getting some nice ramp into the close now. Fannie Mae tests the 275 area into the close, 275 holds, and we head into the next day with a nice cushion and a really good looking breakout chart. So the weekend's come and gone, and now it's the next morning, and we are gapping up. A few minutes to go till market open. Previous close was 275, and we're looking to open around 282 right now. And I'm really happy with this gap up. So far about 7 cents above the green-red level. And that is where I'm risking in this situation. Because if the stock opens up after this large gap up and then dips a bit, I'm not going to be selling into random weakness. I'm going to be selling if green-red snaps. That is the move that would scare me out. Because once the stock is red, momentum is shifted, and then there's a chance for a much larger collapse. As usual, I will be watching level 2 a lot closer here at the open. That is what I'll be basing a lot of my decisions off of, aside from that red-green mark. That is because, again, the morning for OTCs tends to be a lot more volatile, and I like level 2 in times of volatility. With under 30 seconds to go till open here, we have an arc of bid pushing Fannie Mae up even further. So we're going to be opening even higher than 282. And now we're at market open, and we're looking to see if Fannie Mae is going to give us that nice morning spike. Right now, pretty big battle going on at 284. We got a bidder at 284 and a seller at 284. So I'm waiting to see which side gives first. And in that case, it's the bid that drops off. So yes, that makes it possible that this starts dipping now. But I'm not going to short sell. I'm not going to sell my position because it's not up all that much from the breakout level still. And it is still well above red-green. So I want to wait and see how it holds. and it held great. And this ARCA bidder comes in at 285, jumps up now to 286, and we start the process of a morning spike here. And now it really is just a matter of watching level 2 and picking when that momentum is shifting. And we continue spiking on up here. We're getting well into the 290s now. And I'm wondering to myself if $3 is going to be resistance or not. A round number of 3. Now we really are battling quite a bit in the high 2s. Got one of those battles again where the bidder and the seller are both at the same price. But the seller is the one who winds up dropping off, and we get that uptick and start hitting 297. Now, watching 297 here, you'll notice that none of the market makers on the offer are really showing much size, but there's a lot of size going through on the time and sales tape hitting 297. So there's definitely someone selling hidden size here. And between the fact that it just did this at 296, I'm still wondering how the $3 round number resistance level will act. I decided to sell half of my shares here, because I feel like momentum could be turning, and I just want to lock in along the way into the spike to be safe. It turns out the sell was a little bit early, because we do uptick and start testing 298. But I still have half my shares, and I'm still just waiting on it to see where I should sell the rest. And since this was such a big gap up, since this was such a strong open, with this last half of my shares, I am thinking that I am going to let the stock turn once. I am going to let it get weak and pull back some. And then I'm going to see how it reacts after that. I am willing to hold through a dip at this point, because I have locked in half of my gains. We get a few prints at 3 to go through. So here's our $3 test on Fannie Mae. And we're about to get the answer to my question on how is it going to react to the round number. And at the moment it looks like the sellers at 3 are winning, because that bid is getting chipped away. And there's a downtick. Really the first downtick we've seen in quite a while. So like I said, I am willing to hold on to my last half here, give it a little more time, hold to the first pullback. And if this dips enough, I may even consider adding some shares back on. $297 holds pretty well so far on this dip. See the bid starting to stack back up again a little bit. Now the offer starts thinning up as well. More and more bidders start coming in. And it looks like we're about to retest $3. So it turns out my judgment to hold half of my shares was correct, because that first turn was a fake. And now we're through $3 and we're still going. Now it really is just back to watching level 2 and trying to see when the next time the stock is turning is. And then, depending on how high that is, I can decide how many more of my shares I want to take off. So playing these morning spikes for me really is pretty similar to how I would treat playing a new promotion release, because I based most of my decisions off of the level 2. Fannie Mae is still pushing very nicely through 3 here.
I'm about to get out this stock here in a minute. I'm watching this level 2.
So far, it still looks like those buyers are in control. 308 thinning out on the offer. An market bidder comes up to test the best offer. See some prints going through above the best offer at 309.
Fuck. This motherfucker. Alright, I'm out. Get the fuck out of this shit.
Get our first print at 310 there, and a pretty quick uptick right after. And look at how much the offer just thinned up. For a second there, we could see all the way to 315. So very few market makers on the sell side all of a sudden. Now it starts to stack up again. 311 brings in some more sellers. So I put in a sell order for the rest of my shares. I kind of worry that the minute might be getting ready to turn again. I execute the rest and I am flat. I'm out for just over $20,000 in gains, which is a 16% profit in under half a day. So here's the end-of-day chart on Fannie Mae, and it did wind up going much, much higher than where my sells were at. Here in the morning, you can see where the spike topped out. It did spike out right around that 315 area, so my last sell in the morning was good. And then we had a pretty significant pullback, back under $3. And I had considered rebuying Fannie Mae throughout the day. A couple places I might have thought about buying were into that pullback, or later in the day when it broke past its morning high of 312, I think is what the high was. But ultimately, I just wound up sitting on my hands and watching Fannie Mae run without me. And that's okay. You know what? You're not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to catch dead tops and dead bottoms. But the goal is to catch the meat of the move, and that is what I felt like I did. So 16%, that's nothing to laugh about. That's a great gain for an account. And since Fannie Mae was so liquid and so volatile, I was able to play it with size. And that's why I make so much more on Fannie Mae than I do on some other breakouts that I play, because it's scalable due to the volume.
Thanks to all of you who are still watching. I really hope you enjoyed that clip. Remember, this is just 1 out of 35 live trades that I include in this DVD, and OTC breakouts are just 1 out of my favorite 8 strategies that I teach. So if you think this kind of content could help you as a trader, if you think that this could take your trading to the next level, definitely make sure you check out the links below, lock in that discount pricing, and invest in your education today. Thanks, and I wish you all the best with your trading.
Watching the markets? Go from spectator to trader on a world of markets. Nadex binary options.
Hey guys, Tim Bertani here. Most of you know me as the trader who turned $1,500 of my own money into over $2.7 million in roughly 4 years. In just a few days, my DVD, Trading Tickers, the long and short of it, will finally be released. But before it is, I want to share one more free clip with you. My DVD teaches the rules and strategies I've developed throughout my trading career that have helped make my success possible. And in this clip, I'll be sharing one of my short selling strategies. One misconception a lot of people have about me is that all my success has come from trading over-the-counter stocks. But in reality, I've now made about $1 million trading listed stocks and continue to trade them daily. The clip you're about to watch is from Chapter 10 of my DVD, Shorting into Major Resistance. I hope you enjoy this clip, and if you're interested in learning more about what makes my success possible, check out the links below for discounted prices. The final example we'll be looking at is BIOC. BIOC was on my radar because yesterday was a huge update for it and it traded major volume. It was one of the top results on my typical scanner that I run every night. This morning, BIOC is having a huge gap up. It's on track to open in the 380s. When it was spiking yesterday on day 1, I knew that I wanted to try to play off of either the 370 area or the 410 area. My lean was towards 410 because that was the days where the bigger volume had traded. Today, since it is gapping up huge, that answers my question. It's already through 370, so I'm going to play off of 410. After BIOC's first big run and fade, it perked back up off of the high $2 area and for 2 days rebounded, topping out of that 410 on major volume. So today, I expect 410 should give it trouble again, and I plan to short into a morning spike, risking off of that area. Market opens now, and immediately we do start spiking towards $4. Since I'm not sure if the spike will get all the way there, I take a little bit earlier of a starter here at 396. Like I mentioned earlier in the chapter, early starters, I'm okay doing that. I tried to put in 5, just 5 cents below my risk level, but I couldn't fill any. I threw in another order down at 402, but the stock just pulled too quickly. I'm leaving those orders sitting there though, because right now this is just the first hard pull retesting that opening price area. If we pop back up through 4, I'm okay with those orders filling. And that first dip did hold well, and we start pushing back through 4. My 402 is filled, and right now my 405 order is filling. And I'm now up to 60,000 shares from a 401 average. We very briefly perked through 410 there, tested 411. And yes, it perked through my risk level by a penny, but this is another situation where that's not the end of the world. That's not freaking me out. If this were to consolidate in the 3s for a little bit now, or low 4s, and then build back up and start breaking through again, I would be downsizing, or I would be cutting my entire loss. But that little penny perk through doesn't scare me, and it's encouraging to me that it slammed right back down. I am sitting with another ad order right now at 407, just below that high a day, in that 410 area. I started filling a little bit there on that last push back through 4, but didn't get my entire order filled. But I am up to 67,800 shares from a 4017 average. BIOC again fails to hold 4 and is dipped back into the 390s. Down the low 390s. So this is starting to look pretty weak. And I do cover a small piece there just to get my size down a little bit. As we crack under 390 into 380s, I start paying myself a little bit more along the way. I've now gotten myself down to 54,000 shares. I'm taking off some of those early shares that I had shorted at 396. So now my average is 4032 on the remaining 54,000 shares. My order is still sitting there for 407 to sell more, but I doubt that we get it pushed that high. Right now, BIOC is having kind of a weak rebound off of that 380 area. But that did briefly crack below low of day. And even though it's perking now into the 390s, I'm still not really all that worried about this stock. I'm really happy with the way the 410 held. And I have a very, very clear risk, and it's only 7 cents a share.
Motherfucker.
We continued dropping. We cracked under 380, and I covered up another piece at 377 and another piece there in the low 370s. So now I'm down to 42,000 shares remaining, about 2/3 of my original position. Taking off these little pieces along the way will help me stay more patient later with the remainder of my shares.
Come on, motherfucker. I got all day.
I start covering more shares at 364. I'm down to 36,000 shares now, slightly over half position. And the gains are adding up along the way. I was very comfortable going big on this one because I really trusted that 410 risk area. I knew that my risk was under control. It was less than a dime a share. And the stock is so liquid. It's already traded 6.8 million shares on the day. So I can get in and out of that kind of size with ease. We're getting a bit of a rebound now off of the low 360s. If I were thinking about an ad in this situation, I'd be wanting this to get as close to that last failed perk as possible, the 395 area. I could even possibly move my risk down to there at this point. I put another cover order at 366 and 367. I took off 1/3 of my remaining shares, about getting myself down to 24,000 shares. The reason I covered so many here was because that was the first hard rebound the stock has had, really. I don't know if we're going to start grinding and consolidating above 360 for a while. So I want to make sure that I'm mostly paid, and if this does happen to grind back on me, I've already locked in quite a bit in profits.
I'm fucking flat. Fucking took like a
covering there also gives me the
loss.
flexibility to add bounces.
This fucking
we do
stock's a
get a
piece
good
of
bounce
shit.
up towards that 395 area.
Let's see if we can find something right now. Fucking wasting my time on that bullshit. So $140 loss on INXPT. INPX. Let's find something else, man. That's running before the fucking day's over with. Wasted all this time on this dumbass bullshit. see if we can find a stock that's fucking running real quick. This bitch is up some change. I think I found one. I think I got one. PYDS. 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 See what that bitch is doing. See if we can get in. Come on, come on. We need some music, man. Fuck all this stock shit. We need some music. Where the music at? There we go. I got one. We're gonna get in 288. I'm gonna buy this bitch. 288. How much can we buy? 344, 338. Let's buy. How much can we buy? How much we got? Come on, come on, come on. 1300. Shit. Let's see. 1300 divided by 285. 456. 400. Let's say 450. 450. We'll buy at 283. This is 5-minute candle. I'm gonna wait for it a little bit. I'm gonna let it consolidate. I'm buying. Fuck it. 283. I'm gonna buy 450 shares. 283. I'm in. I'm gonna set my stop at I got it. 283. So what is it? PYDS. 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 $450. What is it? 285. What is it? 283. 2.83. Shit. Shit. So 450. Limit price. 2. What is it? 270. 278. done for the day. Shit. Hey, Jensen, I need to talk to somebody about seeing how many trades I got left for the week. Yeah, how many trades? Because I'm under the PDT rule. Okay, thanks. Yeah, give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna go file some taxes, try to grab some more money. Call these motherfuckers real quick.
Thanks for calling H&R Block. We are located at 2321 2nd Avenue West in Williston. We are open from 9 to noon on Tuesdays and 1 to 4 on Thursdays. If you have reached this message during those hours, we are assisting other customers. Please leave a brief message including your name and phone number, and we will call you back during normal business hours. We appreciate your business, and thanks for calling H&R.
Starting route to H&R Block. Head south on 2nd Avenue West.
About to take a walk. About to go file these motherfucking taxes, man, so I can get some money back from them scumbags. I wasn't making no money. I think it was what, a couple months, a few months. I don't know. We'll find out. I got one trade left. Yeah, we're about to go. Go file these taxes real quick. Tax time. Damn, I'm walking. I was gonna walk, but boy, look at that. -7 degrees. That's rough there, boy. God damn. That's rough. -7 degrees, boy. Good thing it stopped snowing. Good thing it stopped snowing. But look at that car. If you look at that video yesterday, that car didn't look like that yesterday. Look at this motherfucker. Look at that. That's a threat. It's a threat. Yeah, I'm right. It's a threat. That's a fucking threat. I was gonna try to walk 1.5 miles. I don't think I'm gonna walk that, man. But you know what? I think I will, just to fucking do it. I am walking. It's 1 mile. I gotta tighten my ass up somehow with this cold ass weather. So I'm gonna walk it. I'll walk it, man. Shit, I've been doing cold showers. If you don't know about cold showers, look it up on YouTube. Cold showers, it's good for your cold showers. When I say cold shower, I don't mean taking a full cold shower either. I'm talking about like just jumping in the shower for like a few seconds, like 10, 20 seconds. You know, like rinse off like you're taking a shower, and then get the fuck, you know, then put the hot shower on, take a shower, and then before you get out the shower, take another, put it back on the cold water. Well, yeah, they said it's good. It's good for your body. It's good for like your immune system. It's good for your nervous system. So yeah, I'm gonna try it. I've been doing it the last couple of days. That's not gonna tighten your ass, bro. That's gonna put your balls under your lungs. Yeah, I know. Yeah, look it up on YouTube. I saw it on YouTube. So I was like, I'll try it. Oh, I'm always down to try some new shit. I'm always down trying to try some new shit, though. I'm always about that. 7 degrees outside. -7 degrees. If it gets too cold, I'll just call a cab. I'll just call a cab. Ain't that bad. What's up, girl? What's up, girl? Eat food. Eat food, girl. Eat food. Eat food. She's like, no, I'm good. 450 shares. It's like $40. Should put one more thing up on here. It is that motherfucking cold. Damn right. Yeah, it's too cold for that shit. Let me add one more. Put one more layer on it. Shit. Too cold for that shit. It's not here. As long as you layer up, it won't be so bad. Probably gonna add another layer. Add another layer. You ain't playing with this, brother. Yeah, no. And I gotta walk in this shit. Yeah. So yeah, I got 2 layers on, ready to go. What you got? Yeah, there you go. That's cool. See, yeah, cold showers. I didn't know that. I knew about it, but I didn't know it like that. Yeah. So yeah, cold showers for me. Healthy blood circulation also speeds up recovery time for strenuous exercising. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna stay in this cold shower this time. No more hot water. But if it's a cool shower. White doctors may no longer instruct. Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna keep doing it then. Hopefully, little by little, I actually won't even turn on the hot water. Like I said, I usually stay in that cold water for like maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and I'll turn that bitch off. Well, first I'll let it get in my body, and then let my body thaw it off, and then I'll, turn the hot water on, and then take a shower. Then when I get out, I'll put it on cold again and let it sit for like a couple seconds, like 10 seconds. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start trying to get into it more. Stock's going good, man. I'm learning, man. That's what counts. Learning day by day, man. Every day, learning. We learn every day. Stocks every day. All right, so I think I need to get my Social Security card too, right? I'm gonna need that. With it. I need my Social Security card. Hey, when you file your taxes, you don't need your Social Security card, do you? Just gotta bring your ID, right? Go to H&R Block. Anybody know? Just need your fucking ID, right? You don't need all that other shit. You don't need all that other shit, man. Yeah. Just need your ID, right? I did, but nobody answered. That's why I'm asking you. Drew, what's up, man? You still making money over there or what? How's Texas, man? How's Texas treating you? They making money or what? Or did you get fucked with the lugs over there? How's that going? You just gotta layer up, man. I got 3 layers right here, and I got 3 layers down there. Yeah, December was horrible. Yeah, it's alright, man. It'll get better. Just the holidays. I already knew that was coming because that's what the guys were saying. You know, November, December are the worst months. So we're already past that. So now we're about to crank back up. We're about to make some money. It's about to get warm again. Or over here anyways. But it'll get better. Yeah, I sold that. Hell yeah, I sold that shit, man. I lost like 75 bucks. I went in too big, dummy. I only lost like 75 bucks on 2 accounts. 75 bucks per account, I think. Say what, 20, 80? Yeah, so 25 cents, 20 cents. What's 20 times 450? What's 20 times 450? What's that? How much is that? What's 20 times 450? No, 20 times 450. I'm sorry. 20 cents. What's 20 cents times 450? 90 bucks, right? 90 bucks? Yeah, okay. That's what I lost. Twice. So 180 bucks. I lost 180 bucks. Missing some shit. I'm missing some shit. Damn. Certificate. Shit, I'm missing birth certificate. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was gonna say, damn, I lost my passport. Fuck. Boy, I thought I done lost this motherfucker, man. I was gonna say, damn, motherfucker ain't going nowhere now. Motherfucker ain't going nowhere now without this bitch. Fuck, where's this bitch expired? Oh, it expires today. In a couple days. Shit, I'm gonna need to get another fucking passport. Motherfucker. Gotta get another fucking passport. Fuck. Alright, at least I didn't lose it. that protein shake. We'll be on this motherfucking mile-and-a-half walk in negative-degree weather. Oops. Only the strong survive, baby. You know, if you're strong, you'll survive. If you're weak, you won't. Just the way it is. But yeah, man, you'll be able to survive, bro. It's not a big deal, man. Let me tell you something, man. If you weren't making the kind of money you were making in Texas, you'd be up here. Or you'd be fucking making the money that you were making before, which is pretty much nothing. So, would you be able to survive? Yeah, motherfucker, you'd be able to survive. Damn right. Damn right you'd survive. How can you survive now if you're not making money? You're not surviving. You gonna let some coal, you gonna let the coal get between you and your money? I think not. I don't let the coal get between me and that money, you know? Now that being said, I wouldn't want to be here if I didn't have to be. But ooh, tastes like milk. That's what it tastes like. It's like straight up milk.
Let me give you two examples. Two examples of what this program has done to keep our people safe. Two declassified examples. Number one, this program in March of 2016 gave...
Don't talk to my kid.
Yeah.
Adults.
Lazy up.
I actually have gotten myself addicted to.
Gives you.
Alright. It's good.
Germans plan to keep America out of Europe.
All right, let's roll.
Be back.
Let's go make this walk real quick.
The Americans may finally be ready for war, but their military isn't. The U.S. has a standing army of only 100,000 men, while the German army has 4.5 million. The United States hurries to build its military, and those few with fighting experience are rushed to France. George S. Patton has been presented with a huge challenge. To command a battalion of American men, using the latest form of military innovation. The tank. The tank is already being used on the Western Front, but with little success. It runs out of gas too quickly, gets stuck in the mud too easily, and its sheer size makes it difficult to incorporate the military
Fucking tag.
But where others see an insurmountable challenge, Patton sees a chance to prove that his tank, the
break the state. I think innovation comes between the ears. It's not about the gizmo. It's about how you think about it.
Yeah, I said fuck those taxes. You good, Angie? You good? She's like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. It's like, I'm good. She's like, I'm good. It's time to go inside. Angie, come. Pee. Don't leave that alone. Oh, stuff on your mouth, man. Listen. Stay. It's like I'm fucking freezing. I'm freezing. Yeah, I said fuck them taxes. Fuck with them taxes another day. Yeah, we fucked with them taxes another day. And I was thinking, I was like, wait, I only worked there for a few months, man, so ain't gonna be that much money anyway. Shit. Be spinning my wheels.
After 4 years of continuous fighting and 37 million casualties, the two sides agreed to a ceasefire. When the world is shaking and rearranging as it does after great events like the end of a war, there are a whole range of different emotions. The first is exhilaration, a very personal feeling. Exhilaration being part of an event that is changing the world. And there's never much time to look back. There's always a lot to look forward to. War celebrates the end of the
It's
fight.
hot in this bitch.
Some, deep in the heart of Germany, refuse to accept defeat.
It's hot as fucking hell.
Hitler is wounded in Gaza at the very end of the war, and he was then hospitalized, temporarily blinded. While he was in hospital, he was then told that Germany had lost the First World War. And that's a crucial turning point in Hitler's life.
In Hitler's worldview, it was always dead or alive. Win or total defeat. For him, surrender was something un-German. You are a coward somehow if you surrender.
Hitler took the surrender personally. A personal, destructive blow to himself. He also took it as a mission in life to avenge and rectify this surrender.
Let's check and see what that stock did earlier.
We will never forget you.
I'm here for an important reason. Colon cancer screening. If you're age 50 or older and at average risk, Cologuard finds cancer and pre-cancer. And it's a non-invasive test you can use at home. In fact, I'm as easy as get, go, gone. How do you get me? Your doctor orders me, and I deliver it. There's no need for time off or special prep, because I use the DNA in your stool to find colon cancer. Then you just go. I mean, colon cancer.
He says, I will look in your stool to see if you got colon cancer.
Gotta go.
Cologuard is intended for individuals at average risk for colon cancer. Cologuard is not for high-risk individuals.
Do you have colon cancer?
History of colon cancer or polyps, IBD, certain hereditary cancer syndromes.
As much salt as I eat, I know I ain't got no colon cancer.
Colon cancer screening.
I'm glad I got out that stock too.
Go, gone. Ask your doctor.
It's making lower loads. Shit.
February 23rd, Publishers Clearinghouse awards the $5,000 a week forever prize. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. Enter at PCH.com before it's too late.
Shit, I went all the way down to 49. So yeah, I got out just in time. I was like, fuck that.
If you're using a CPAP machine, you could develop a respiratory illness if it's not cleaned properly.
Come out of here.
I strongly recommend SoClean. SoClean quickly, easily, and effectively kills 99.9% of CPAP germs and bacteria without any harsh chemicals. It works on all popular CPAPs.
I don't have to pour products into the SoClean in order for it to do its job. It's incredibly simple to use.
In the morning, I wake up, take the hose, the mask, plop it into the machine, close the lid, and I'm done.
Try the world's first automated CPAP sanitizer, risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-841-1339.
SoClean gives me the peace of mind in knowing that I'm breathing sanitized air from my CPAP at night.
I don't have to worry about anything growing in the reservoir, the mask, nothing. It's all clean, it's all dry, it's all fresh.
Call now to try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-841-1339 or visit trysoclean.com.
Are the credit cards in your wallet actually the best ones for you? At NerdWallet, we sort through over 1,200 credit cards to find the top cards for balance transfer, travel, earning rewards, and other perks. Using your unique info to narrow the search, NerdWallet makes it easy to find credit cards that work harder than the ones you have now. Stop missing out. Visit NerdWallet.com to find the cards that are made for you.
Guys, is this you? Busting out of your pants, out of shape, no energy or drive? Then you need Nutrisystem Turbo for Men. Now with all new high-protein NutriPro shakes. Improve your health, burn fat, and reduce muscle mass.
I lost 120 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Lose 15 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast, money back guarantee. Put down the wings. Pick up the phone and get with the program today. Order your 28-day plan right now and we'll rush you Nutrisystem Turbo for Men with specially designed meals. Plus 1 week of all new NutriPro bars to curb cravings free. And 1 week of all new NutriPro shakes packed with 20 grams of protein to help shrink your belly free.
I lost the weight and I have way more stamina.
Call or go online in the next 2 minutes and get 1 week of all new Turbo boosters to rev your metabolism free.
I love the food. Pasta, pizza, so good.
Lose 15 pounds and 7 inches overall.
Yeah, here you go. Can I get a one-on-one?
You eat the
I
food,
need
you lose
trash
weight.
taken out.
Go online
My
and
sheets
call 877-525 size and get Nutrisystem Turbo for Men with bars, NutriPro shakes, and Turbo boosters free.
Thanks.
Source with a mop and bucket is a hassle, meaning you probably don't clean as often as you'd like. For a quick and convenient clean, try Swiffer Wet Jet. There's no heavy bucket or mop to wring out because the Absorb and Lock technology traps dirt and liquid inside the pad. It's safe to use on all finished surfaces, tile, laminate, and hardwood, and it prevents streaks and hazing better than a microfiber strip mop, giving you a thorough clean the first time. For a convenient clean, try Swiffer Wet Jet with a money-back guarantee. Brand Power, helping you buy better.
After 4 long and
and 37 million casualties, the United States and the Allies finally claimed victory, forcing Germany to surrender.
Right here.
But while the fighting is stopped, the pressure is now on the Allied leaders
an agreement, preventing war from ever breaking out again. As negotiations to secure the peace get underway in France, massive crowds greet the world leaders, including the United States President Woodrow Wilson.
That's hot as a motherfucking here.
Woodrow Wilson was the first
Take this
president
bitch
of
off.
the United States, spent anywhere near 6 months outside this country. He felt that for him to send anyone else to negotiate the peace, it would not have been as well done. Wilson said, whatever happens with the settlement of this war, if it goes well, give me credit. If it doesn't, blame me. The leaders gather at the Palace of Versailles, but one country not invited to the table is Germany.
Gentlemen, please sit. If we can start by considering the points before we discuss any of the individual ideas.
The main thing that Woodrow Wilson accomplished at Versailles was defanging Germany, not allowing them to develop a huge war machine again. This was what the victors all wanted to see happen.
But as negotiations get underway, Wilson quickly realizes that each country has come to the table with their own agenda. There were these national leaders who had ideas of what they wanted out of the Paris Peace Conference. They have led their countries through this brutal, bloody, long war, and Wilson waltzes in with the Americans just at the end. So they had to listen to him.
Probably should do another one.
Wilson could be kind of persuasive, but not that persuasive.